And we're back for the Dan and Ninko Show, episode number 9. Wow.
These we got a special guest, too.
And we have a special guest. This is Brody.
Little Winovich.
Winovich? You wanted me to call him Wino? They're both blonde.
It looks like him.
They're both a little bit light.
You're both number 50?
They're both light. This is Brody. I didn't go Winovich because Wino might not be here in 10 years. I know that Brody will. Hopefully. But anyway,
good choice,
he's the new addition to the Ninko family. I don't know if that was necessarily a great choice, having a 1-year-old and an 8-week-old puppy, but he's been okay. You know, he peed the house like 10 times.
And somebody has cleanliness problems like
he's
you.
He's actually pretty. I'm gonna sit him down. He's actually pretty good. He's actually pretty good, actually. This is his Batman, and it makes some noise so he doesn't chew on a wire. Hey, buddy, come here. He's actually been pretty good. The first day I was questioning my judgment.
The first day? It wasn't like the first
couple days. I was texting you like, I don't know if this is a great idea.
As he's rolling around in the rain.
Yeah, it was rainy the other day. Standing outside, the dude's pulling on my pant leg. Not the best situation, but he's catching on. He's going outside. His accidents in the house is like slowly decreased, and hopefully that'll be not happening, and he'll be going outside consistently and not urinating in my home. So my wife is giving me full control because she didn't really want to do anything or touch the dog.
Rights.
I have full rights over this animal. I am caretaker. I feed the dog. I take him to the vet. I bring him with me to podcasts. I do everything in my power to make sure that my wife has a smooth day in operation. So he's been great. I'm excited, but let's dive into last week.
I'm a little more excited about something.
You're excited because you beat me in the picks.
Yeah.
You're excited because the Ravens got beat by your Patriots, my Patriots. I didn't take the Patriots. I don't feel bad about that because, look, I picked the team that I thought based on what I saw during this season.
Yeah,
I went with the 6-2 team versus the 3-win team.
Yep.
And the Bill prayed to the weather gods, and there was a massive downpour.
He hit the button on the
massive downpour with wind, and you could see that the Ravens couldn't do anything really.
Yeah, but it wasn't really that bad up until like that.
I was raining the whole game.
Yeah,
I mean,
but it wasn't bad.
If you're the better running team, which you would have thought that the Ravens were a better running team, but the problem is their type of run. They need to do gun snaps, shotgun snaps. It's all RPO. It's all a lot of movement, and we saw a lot of issues with the ball. And hats off to David Andrews. Good job, David.
Yeah,
no issues there. Even the little thummy having a problem with.
Little thumpkin.
Little thumpkin. He broke that thing, has a big cast on it. He's doing the crazy snaps.
Which is amazing,
especially
problem in that game.
No problem. How about we sign that guy up for a nice deal?
Yeah.
Ninko is a fan of David Andrews.
Ninko approved.
He's Ninko approved. He should be here for
many
years to come.
That. Like on all the players, we should have like a picture of him on the podcast.
Exactly. Ninko approved. David Andrews. Let's sign him up to maybe a 5-year deal. A lot of guarantees because he deserves it. He signed a pretty crappy deal. Not a crappy deal, but he signed a deal because he was basically in a position where he had to sign the deal. Signed the deal, outperformed that deal. Now it's time to pay the man because they have a lot of cap space and he's earned it. He's won
they got to keep that line together.
They got to keep that physical line. Tooney, Shaq, those guys, those 3 interior guys are freaking monsters. Those guys are really good. They communicate well. They do a lot of great things. And Brody, don't chew that wire. Please don't do that. Please don't.
You're going to lose your parental rights.
I'm going to lose my rights or I might lose the dog. Let's just chew on this wire here.
So wait, does your mindset now change about this team?
No, not really.
What?
I want to see them get to 5-5. I want to see them perform well against the Texans. That's what I need to see.
Yep.
And if they can't do it, then I'm just going to go back on what I thought because they originally here. Let's go with this one. There you go. I originally said that this team had a hard time stopping the run, which the evidence was on the tape. The eye in the sky. This is, as a football player, this is what you used to say to anybody that had a complaint about performances. You would say the eye in the sky don't lie. So the camera that I'm looking at, when that little red light's on and it's on you and you're out there playing, whatever you put on tape is what you are. So the Patriots early in the season and up until the Ravens game, I had a lot of question marks. They played really well. They played well last week. I hope that they can replicate that. They're going against the Texans team who, I mean, what are the Texans? I don't know. They're lost in what they are. They don't have a head coach.
They
got Jack Easterby. Jack used to be our chaplain. Now he's running it. He's the GM. He is the coach. He's making the decisions. He works for the owner.
See what Belichick said about him?
Yeah, he actually was complimenting him, but he wasn't a personnel guy. But I mean,
which is kind of the truth.
He can recite a lot of verses in the Bible, but I don't know if he necessarily knows a lot about positional skills and picking up people. But hey, you never know. Sometimes you can bring a guy in that has nothing to do with the sport, and he does a great job, but I don't necessarily think that's going to happen here. Jack's a good guy. I love Jack.
Bill O'Brien didn't seem to really know what he was doing either.
Bill O'Brien's a good coach. He shouldn't have taken the GM job. I don't get why he would take on that job. If you mess up in one area as a coach, then you're taking it on both ends with trading Hopkins, who just mossed somebody for a game winner against the Buffalo Bills. So,
what do you think about the Buffalo Bills now?
I think they're still a good team. I mean, they were hanging with Arizona, and Josh Allen still has a lot of question marks to me. I'm like, Josh Allen, okay, you throw a pick, but then you take your team and you drive them down for a game-winning drive, and they got Diggs. I think they're a good football team still. They lose to Arizona. The Patriots still got to play Arizona. Thankfully, it's up here, and let's have Bill dial up something again for the football gods and have something crazy, wind, rain, because Kyler Murray at this point right now is the fastest quarterback in the league. Dude is super quick, super explosive. He's got receivers. Their defense looks really, really well. Vance Joseph has got those guys playing. They have a lot of different schemes. Even without Chandler Jones, they lose that guy for the year. Great, their best pass rusher. And they've really played tough this year. They're tied for the division.
Yeah.
I think Arizona might come out with the division. The Seattle's defense is awful.
Yeah,
they are terrible.
I mean, they show. And
and that's another thing. I got an argument. I think it was Bart Scott or somebody on ESPN. They were like, "How do you believe that the Packers are better than Seattle?" Well, because the Packers are the 15th ranked defense, and the Seattle defense is the 32nd. So when you have that, they're just bad. They're so bad. So I think Seattle, I mean, they've just lost again. Russell Wilson, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. They look great. They started out hot. They looked amazing. But at this point right now, they're so one-dimensional. They only have an offense. They have no defense. Then those guys on offense start pushing.
But even on offense, they're kind of one-dimensional. I mean,
they
can't really run the ball.
Carson's good, though. I give Carson.
But he's not run the ball that well. Like, they're not stacking up.
They're not. I wish they still had Penny, but he was out last year. He tore his ACL. But they had a good combo there. So, yeah, I mean, I'm optimistic with the Patriots. I had a rough time watching it early in the season because it just is so hard for me to recognize.
Well, early in the season, they were pretty good. And then
I'm saying just like the style. Like my style of football is I want a quarterback out there making all the throws like Tom Brady. How about that performance?
But Brady didn't do that early in his career, though.
He didn't.
But he averaged, I think, like 180 yards a game.
Yeah, but everyone wasn't excited when Brady threw a shovel pass for a touchdown. I mean, everyone was going nuts. Like, first touchdown pass of September. It wasn't even a pass. It was like a flat route, like toss it up for a touchdown. Like, I still see the struggle. I see the struggle with Cam in throwing the football. Yes, that wasn't a great day just to throw the ball in the rain. So it's hard to evaluate anything in the rain.
That missed throw to Jacoby in the end zone.
The wide open one. That was.
But I think
then he had a wide open one deep. I do believe that he missed, overthrew it. I think.
Yeah, but I mean, how much does the rain?
Yeah,
affect
the rain.
Because it looked like the one that went Jacoby when Jacoby was open in the end zone.
He just rushed that one.
Out of his hand.
Or he just tried to dart it in there. But when I watch the Patriots in this game plan, like that's their identity. They just have to run the ball, be physical up front.
I think now, though, because you don't forget they're one of the only teams that are going to get much better as the injuries subside. Because Edelman will be back.
Yep.
You have 2 tight ends that'll be back between Asiasi and Keene. I mean, maybe they can do something, but you got nothing. I
could set the edge on those tight ends right now. I could go out there with no pads on and set the edge.
2 weeks in a row, they've only had 1 tight end.
I know they don't really have a tight end position.
Yeah, but I mean that's what I mean though. Those guys can come back though. If they come back, the line's healthy now. Maybe you're going to get back to what that second game was. I mean, granted, it was against the Seahawks. Here's
my thing. I don't want them to try and get back to change to be a throwing. They're not a throwing team. They can't throw the football. So don't try and when Julian comes back and you got Myers and you feel confident that you guys can go out there and throw the ball all over the field. Don't first. Change. Your mentality is run the ball, set the tone, physical up front, push the guys around, play action pass. There's your 15-yard space. There's your cushion on your overs, your snags to Julian. Hey, Brody, don't chew that. Thank you. What's he doing? Oh, he's just eating the carpet. Yeah. He's all right. That won't kill him.
No. The thing with them, though, is that they're going to get better over time. Not having the preseason was big for them just because of, with a new quarterback, learning the system. Cam seems to be getting more comfortable again. Defense will get better as you get Gilmore back, you get Bentley back, you get those guys back. But the good thing about that defense is they're set up to beat these mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You got a lot of speed now, which you never really had as a Patriots team. You didn't have speedy linebackers other than like Collins. You weren't that fast.
I was a 4.8 flat guy.
You were
super fast, super quick,
straight ahead,
side to side. I was super fast.
But you have Uchi and a couple of other guys that are just quicker. That but
the only issue that comes in, like when you have quick guys, is when you play a physical team, they're just going to push you around. And I think the Texans aren't great right now at this point, but
they're
that Romeo is going to look at he's an old coach, school. He's just going to say, okay, their strength is their secondary, their weakness is strength over speed. So they're just going to try and push them around, because even early in that game, in the Ravens game, they're getting pushed around. The only thing I hate is when you watch it's real easy. It's super easy. When you watch the TV copy where the ball's at, just look at the offensive lineman's hips. If the offensive line in a running play, if they stay even with the ball or get pushed back, then the defense is literally gaining ground and they're pushing guys back, or because it's really hard to push a guy 2 yards backwards, an offensive lineman. But if you keep that line right where the ball's at and they're not getting pushed down the field, that is when you have success in the running game. When I watched even the Ravens game early in the game, they were getting push. So you watch it's 4 yards here, it's 5 yards there. So they just hand the ball off and it's 4 yards just based on the line being pushed across, the D line getting pushed back. So I need to see just a more physical edge set. I need to see a physical run stop.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. But the thing
is,
though, when you bring up the Cardinals, the Cardinals aren't that physical team.
They're not.
They're a finesse team.
They're not.
They're a speed team.
Yes,
and I think the Patriots match up very, very well.
I think nobody matches up with Kyler Murray and his speed.
Well, of course, nobody matches up with the speed, but at least you have the ability to keep him contained.
When I watched the first half of the Arizona-Buffalo game, Buffalo did a great job. They did a great job against Arizona in the first half. The Kyler didn't do anything in that first half. I think, 9 points. Third quarter, they scored 17. So you got to stay on them with a consistent defense. You got to be consistent in how you play them, because if you mess up, they have the people that can hurt you.
Yeah,
so I think Arizona's going to be a good test.
It will be.
It's going to be a good test.
So what happens if
they get 5-5?
What if they come here? They go 5-5 against the Texans and they beat Arizona? Then what are you thinking about this team?
Maybe they've progressed in an upward trajectory, and they potentially could put themselves in a position to win a division. But they could win out every single game up until the division games. It all comes down to the Bills, Miami, and the Jets, the final game of the season.
Yeah, the Jets. So that won't
matter. The Jets played them tough. The Jets are not going to just lay down, but the Jets are trying to get that first pick.
Yeah,
so,
but the Bills and the Dolphins games, that's where it'll come down to.
It's going to come down to Bills, because Dolphins look really good. The Dolphins have kind of morphed into this confident. Their defense is playing well.
Defense is
good. They're scoring in special teams. They're scoring on defense. They're sack, fumbles, interceptions. Offensively, Tua looks good because he can get out of situations. He can run and kind of avoid certain things with his feet.
I still think they're better with Fitzpatrick.
I think he is for throwing the ball. Definitely throwing the ball. He's better. They're better with Fitzpatrick, but they're not going to go back now unless Tua goes down.
No, because you win. But if you take away those special teams plays, you take away those defensive touchdowns, they would lose a couple of those games he started. I mean,
the first game he threw for 92 yards. You're not going to win football games throwing for 90 yards,
especially when you get towards the playoffs.
But the Patriots, you look at the stat line of throwing the football. It's never going to be. You're never going to see
they threw the ball 17 times.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You throw the ball 17 times,
but why
you can't win the games.
If you got Damian Harris and Rex Burkhead that
tough.
Are just,
I don't want to tackle Rex.
Rex
is underrated.
Nobody
talks about Rex.
Yeah.
I mean, he takes a pay cut. Rex has been your freaking horse all season. He's been the spark. He's given you everything that you need in that position to keep the team going.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a shame that they ask him to take a pay cut and then he's your best running back.
It's tough to say this though, but it seems like Rex has taken over the James White role.
Yeah, I mean, James. I feel terrible. James,
yeah.
Obviously he's going through a lot this year. I couldn't imagine the mental stress and the physical stress that he has with the things that have happened to him this year. So, I think that James has done so much for the organization. Yeah. He's done a lot for me personally. He's got to pass. He's got to pass. Like,
100%.
If this season isn't like whatever, I don't care. Like.
But if you didn't have Rex Burkhead in the last two games,
James isn't like a first down back. He's your third. He's your screen guy. Rex has done a great job of running those
Rex
screens.
against the Jets and the Ravens, it's like 3rd and 6, and he's picking up a first down.
He's quick.
When the ball off.
Rex, even when they're backed up, I don't know if you remember, there was like 2nd and 10, and they're on like the 3. He had a great 9-yard run, puts him in 3rd and 2. Then they threw that little pass to
to Myers.
No, it wasn't Myers. It was to the flat, to the tight end, and he ran up the sideline.
Oh, it's Izzo. Yeah.
No, it wasn't Izzo.
Oh, you're talking about
it was the fullback. He's
Jakob.
Jakob.
Yeah, Jakob Johnson.
Yeah. The Wiener Schnitzel. Yeah, is he Germany?
Yeah, but I mean,
is he German?
Yeah, I think he's from Germany.
Yeah.
I think he's German.
Yeah.
I think their offense is going to continue to get better. It's going to continue to, I think it's like they hit the reset button with Cam. They were like, okay, we let you go too far, too fast. And now we're bringing you back in. Now we're going to say, now we're just playing the ball control game and all that. But I think they're going to let him out eventually, let him throw the ball more, especially when you get the weapons back. I mean, if Edelman comes back and looks like he did in week 2, it's a different offense.
Yeah.
I mean, if he comes back and looks like he's week 4, week 5, then, we're probably not going to throw the ball that much. But, that's kind of where it's at.
The problem is, you can't rely on giving a guy 10, 12, 15 receptions after he comes off of surgery, and you can't just shove it down his throat too soon. He's got to come back.
He's got to come back and be the third down.
He's got to be he needs to come in certain situations, the go-to guy in 3rd down, 3rd and 6, 3rd and sticks. When you need a first down, he could be your sticks guy, because at this point right now, you don't want to put everything on Julian's plate after he comes back from a surgery because he had a little procedure, whatever it was, clean it up. You come back.
Bone on bone, they said.
I mean, it's not.
Clean it up. It's not good. So you manage his reps until you need him for the Buffalo and Miami game, I think. Because then that Buffalo and Miami game, he needs to come out and be
the only thing that sucks about, knees is, at my last year, I was, they have, degeneration categories. So, stage 1 is a little bit of swelling, really no pain. I was in stage 2, so that's didn't have full extension, swelling, can't get all flexion, you can't bend your knee as much, hurts certain times, on turf. It sucks on turf. So I remember the last year I'd be like, I hope we're not in the bubble or I hope we're not on the game field, because the I'm old school Astro. The field turf is super tough on your joints and it hurts. So, a funny story, I don't know if I ever said it on this show, but me and Dola went in to get our knees drained together, and
hold hands.
Yeah, I was I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get my knee drained. He's like, all right, let's go do it. Yeah. It was before practice, so Dola gets up on the table. They put in this needle that looks like an elephant needle. I mean, it's massive gauge. It's huge. They stick it in his knee. They start moving it around, and he's I just see his face, and he's he's a tough dude too. He's making a crazy face. I'm like, God, that looks like it hurts.
Well, you haven't had that done at that point?
No, I never wanted. I don't like the whole massive gauge sticking your knee and sucking out. It's a yellow clear fluid. It's really weird looking. So I see it come out. He's like, yeah, that feels good, and I go, I think a couple Advil are going to be pretty good for me. So I was like, I'm not doing it.
You walked out?
I walked out. I didn't do it. I chickened out. It's just man, that sucks. So I don't know. When you start to get bone on bone, it's just the wear and tear of.
It's never going to be the same.
It's never going to. I mean, you can't get that back to what it was. So the clean out probably just gets some of the floaters, the loose junk out. Hopefully he doesn't have the pain
away.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't have the pain. They put this stuff in there. They call it chicken fat. It's Synvisc. It's this lubrication. It's imagine oil, and they shoot it in your knee, and it's supposed to give you lubrication, but it only lasts so long. The NFL is brutal, and people don't realize the things that you put yourself through. A friend of mine, Brian Young, BY, played for the Saints. The guy had a knee replacement already. He's like 40. You know, he played with the Saints 06. He had played with the Rams before. Actually played.
He was on the turf the whole time.
He was on turf. Yeah. He was on the greatest. He was on that team. That they lost. They lost to the Patriots. He was on the 01 team.
Okay.
So he was a vet. I mean, he was an older guy. Toughest dude. He looked like Steve Austin, and he talked like this. He's from Texas. You know, like he looked like Steve Austin, shaved head, huge neck, jacked out of his mind, tattoos, ride a Harley. You know, always had a sick car. You know, slam dually 3 or 450, all decked out with flames. Sweet dude, like great dude, awesome guy, tough guy. Tough. I'm telling you, he broke his wrist one time, but his wrist was like full of scar tissue. So he couldn't really do this with his wrist. It was just stuck, frozen. So before every game, they would take that huge gauge needle and they would inject it with numbing stuff to where he couldn't feel it. But over time, he had so much scar tissue there, they had to like stab his wrist and get it in there and then inject it so he couldn't feel it. Then he would tape it all up and he would play with it. Well, I think his last year, he had a little scope like during he didn't want to get knocked out, so he watched the scope. They did the scope on his knee. He watched it. He was sitting upright watching him fix his knee. They took all the stuff out. He played like the next week, and I mean that was like the start. He kept playing on it. It was bone on bone. He started to have like bad bone on bone to where it was like wearing the bones out.
Yeah.
So it was like bone marrow on bone marrow. And then after that, like he went through so many crazy procedures to try and fix it. His career, I mean, he was done after that. You know, they did like a cadaver graft trying to put like cartilage in there that he was like non-weight bearing for 9 months. Then they had to take it out. They had to take it out because his body rejected it, and there was like an infection in there. So then they took it all out. Then he was non-weight bearing again. So I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy the stuff that he's gone through with that knee. And he's coaching. He's still a coach. He coaches for the Saints. But he always had he's with a cane and he's got a massive knee brace on all the time. But he had a knee replacement and now he's like a different man. So the dude is tough. BY, tough dude, good dude too.
Yeah, that's the toughness gets back to you, right? You know, everybody talks
toughness,
about the toughness of an NFL player, but it gets back to you.
Don't be too proud and too tough to just say like, hey man, this hurts. I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah.
But the inner competitor and all of the athletes that I know and just. You never want to tap out. You never want to say, "Hey, I'm hurting right now."
Yeah, well, that's the thing with Edelman. We talked about it, for those 3 weeks after that second game, where he just didn't look the same. And
yeah,
I mean, just imagine probably what he was doing to get onto the field.
I'm sure it wasn't. He didn't feel great. Nobody feels great playing football. Nobody feels good
not during the season.
Look at Drew Brees. Drew Brees. How do you crack 6 ribs and puncture
one cracked going into the game, and then cracked like 4 or 5 more and punctured his lung. Right?
And then how do you puncture your lung? I'm like, geez, that's what happens to old guys. Like if you got hit like that, done. Sternum cracked.
I'm younger than you.
Are you?
Yeah.
Holy shnikes. No, I thought you were 36.
35.
Are you 35?
Yeah.
What's the gray?
I know.
I don't have any grays like that.
Yeah, because you probably diet.
No stress.
You had some the other day, and now they're
I have
missing.
Grays right there. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
No,
we were
there's
talking about
gray.
the other day, and then all of a sudden,
you
missing.
own a lot of business, so hey, that's stress now. You own car dealerships. That's stressful.
I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, every gray hair I have is when you don't listen. So every time you don't listen, it just goes more gray.
More gray. Well, I feel like I'm losing my eyebrows. I don't know.
What?
What? No, I used to have like these thick eyebrows, and they're kind of thin right here. I don't know. Maybe it's like.
Or have you been like tweezing them out?
No, and then Paige is like, "You're getting old. Like you lose hair." I'm like, "Yeah, you lose hair on your head, and then you gain hair on your chest. What the heck is that?" My old man, he can't wait. He says, "I hope I'm alive." My dad, Mike Ninko, Papa Ninko, we got to get him on. He's like, I hope I'm alive to see the day when you're bald and fat. I'm like, thanks, Dad. Thanks. I appreciate it. Well, let's take a break. We're going to be back.
Yep.
A little short break here, and we will be back. We have maybe a beverage. It's coming out. He's going to break it out of the it's not a Team O'Brien koozie or cooler, but like the Ninko cooler. But it's nice. Was it Igloo?
It's Yeti.
It's a Yeti.
Yeah.
Ooh, big roller. All right, we'll be back. We're back with the Dan and Ninko Show, and last week we didn't do it because we had to do the responsible thing and drive carts, so we didn't want to put ourselves in a predicament there.
You don't want a letter.
Yeah, we don't want an issue there. So this week, we're not doing any driving. So we are going with a Bentwater Brewing Co. This is a Sluice Juice New England India Pale Ale. So, I mean, it looks good.
I think it's a Massachusetts beer.
It's got a cool can. It kind of puts you in a trance. I see all the little lightning bolts there. I like that Bentwater logo. It's actually really cool. Really cool. Canned on 9/30 of 20, so it's very fresh. Where's this at? Lynn, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
All right.
Up in Lynn.
So made with the Lynn Public
on
Water, full of nice nutrients for you.
The Lynn water?
The Lynn water.
You get aromatic orange.
Come on, Lynn. We got some chowder for you, huh?
What we need to do is bring some chowder on. We need to do like a chowder competition.
Chowder fest?
Mm. Oh, wow. That is very good. I like that. That makes me... That like deepens my voice. That is very good.
It's like Anchorman.
Wow. Oh, I don't want to say. I was going to say a line from the Anchorman, but F you, San Diego.
Don't worry, you've already got us the explicit tag. Like we talk about all the time.
I didn't say the word. All right, so
once you have it, you always have it.
Oh, you do?
I think so.
So now I can swear.
Yeah, whenever you want.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This shit's good. This is good. Sluice Juice.
So,
good. Just covering up actually news, like breaking news. It's like news breaking. I have reversals. I had reversals as a child. What do they call it? Dyslexia? Yeah, I had it. I don't know how I broke. I still have it, by the way.
Couple hits to the head, doubled it all back.
Oh yeah, the scrambled eggs. I call it the scrambled eggs. You get that. So yeah, there's an announcement here.
Yeah,
I'm going to do it on episode 9. So I am now jumping into motorsports.
Cool.
Little deal here with Moms off Route 1. I don't know if you've ever been on Route 1 by the stadium. There's Moms Motorsports. They do, Polaris, motorcycles, Indian, Yamaha, power sports. So we actually bought 1,340 acres.
Small piece of property.
Very small piece of property. We bought that up in Berlin, New Hampshire, so right next to Jericho State Park. So Jericho State Park has like 7,000 acres, which is really, really cool. You can go up there. You got your trail system.
You going to ride your snowmobile up there?
Oh, yeah. My one time this year, I'm going to ride it up there. I'm bringing Brody. Brody's sleeping. He's a good boy. So what we did here is we purchased Absolute Power Sports. So they were right there in Berlin, close to Jericho, but the land wasn't right up to Jericho. So what we did is we purchased that dealership. It's going to be called Mom's Jericho, and with the piece of land that we purchased goes to the dealership. So you're going to have access from the dealership to the state park, and then you can do all your fun stuff at the state park. You can come right back, so you can literally get on something. We do rentals. We do side-by-sides, snowmobiles, four-wheelers, all that fun stuff to be outdoors and enjoy yourself. You could do that right on our property. You open up your property to the state. They do the trail system. They do a lot of cool things on it that you don't have to go out there and actually do it. They'll do it for you. So, yeah, that's the new thing I'm doing. It's going to be cool. I'll be up there. You could come up. We could ride snowmobiles. We could ride side-by-sides. We can have a good time. We're trying to figure out what the next step is. There is an opportunity for a potential destination, kind of like a getaway on the weekends, do tours, kind of, but in the woods and up in the land,
cabin?
Little cabins, little
it's what
places,
it is all the way up through
all
there.
the way up. So you can go up. You come up on a weekend.
On a snowmobile, you just go.
Just go on the snowmobile, and then where the hub is, where the Mom's Jericho would be, creating something that you would want to go to. Maybe having a little bar in there, brewery. Ninko Brews, fresh from the mountain water, from the White Mountains. So it's right there by the White Mountains. My wife says she's going to the resort and she will not stay on the property because
she'll be whatever the closest.
Yeah, she's like, go out, because I said, look, we can put a nice fifth wheel out there. It's the middle of nowhere. Yeah, fifth wheel, middle of nowhere. We got power. We got 5 wind turbines on the top of the hill there, so we got a lot of power coming off of there. We can just plug in from that. and just have whatever you want out there. It's perfect. No one can mess with you. It's your own little piece of property, your own little slice of heaven. She's like, yeah, you can have fun with that. I will be in a hotel where I can have room service, or go to the spa or a pool. So
that's fair enough.
Yeah, it's fair. I have boys, so I have 2 boys and Brody. So I got 3 boys. We'll go out in there. We'll have a good time.
So you're gonna move to New Hampshire now?
No, I'm not going to move to New Hampshire. I would like to because of the state tax that could help you out with, but it would be a little difficult to take the kids out of the school that they're in. So for me, I'll be traveling, going back and forth. I wouldn't be there every day, but I'll go up there. I'll check things out. On the weekends, probably stay up there in my 5th wheel. So I got to look at like Route 1 RV or something. We got to do something with the RVs. We should do a show where we go shopping for an RV. We'll see which one. Wow, look at this one. It's got bump outs. And I'm a simple guy. I like beer. I like bump outs. 5th wheel.
I don't know about that. I think you're going to have like some.
No, I don't need
like granite countertop
I'm a simple kind of man. Come on, there's a song.
I don't see that. I really don't.
Love and understand.
We've taken a lot of like weird like RVs and stuff like that.
You do?
Yeah.
If you get an RV, boom.
They're not
I'll buy
nice
it.
Though. Like they're.
I don't need nice. I need like 1985.
Yes, you do.
I need
Yes,
like The Wrestler. Remember the movie The Wrestler? The guy's in a trailer.
There's no possibility of that. None.
No, I do like nice. I like nice.
Yeah.
I worked hard for nice things. Okay, so I don't want.
You're gonna go to the dealership. You're gonna look in and like, why does this not have hardwood floors? Like
I need
the granite,
one-piece vinyl.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Well, because you're gonna be muddy. You're gonna be have dirt on your shoes.
It's gonna be.
So
like
So what you should do is you check this out. You go check out Mom's. It's great. They have a really cool showroom on Route 1. They have like a massive amount of inventory in that building. So one of the top 5 dealerships in the country for sales. So they do a really good job.
I think they got one over by my house in Manchester.
They do have one in Manchester. So this is the 5th location. The more locations, it just helps to, parts, getting units, like all that stuff comes into effect when you have more.
And it's like impossible to get
it's impossible. Now, it's impossible. So if you are, for example, if you are just a single store mom and pop and you need 5 units, it's really hard to get just 5 units. But when you have 5 stores and you say, hey, I need 200 units, well, you're probably on that first list of like, hey, let's get our trucks going there because we're going to make the most. So it's for me, it's exciting. I love motorsports. Everyone knows that Ninko's got the cars, and he likes dirt bikes and snowmobiles that he rides once a year. Yeah, I just love it. I mean, I grew up with it. It's fun. I love being outside. I think that isn't that every boy's dream to like have dirt bikes and cool trucks, and that's the way I grew up. So. It'll be cool. It'll be exciting. It's new. It's uncomfortable. I kind of like that, being in uncomfortable spots of like, I don't know what's going on. So I'll have to learn, push me in a direction of learning and understanding. So, I mean, it's cool. I can't wait.
How often did you hyperventilate when all this happened? Like when you decided to do it?
No, I mean, I feel like, well, here's the difference. I have a hard time, like if this is a big, nice poker table here and like the chips are there and I got to go, like it's hard for me to do that because I got to, you got to protect the pile of chips. But on something like this, it was a great deal to work with Joel. He's the owner of Mom's. He's very smart. He's got his master's in finance, so he's actually done a really good job creating kind of a platform for these motorsports dealerships. With he has his own financing company, so financing every deal through his own finance company. Yeah. He's got his own guarantees on each vehicle that he sells, a warranty through his own thing. So that's kind of like. That's the thing that really was different for me and sets him apart from a lot of other places. And motorsports is a little bit more challenging because it is a toy. It's not a necessity like cars. Like, hey, everyone needs a car, but not everyone needs a side-by-side or a four-wheeler. But it's kind of a way of life. You go up north, you go up to New Hampshire, Maine, like people, they love snowmobiles. They love side-by-sides. They love getting out and, enjoying the country. So, that's it. That's my little thing that I'm going with.
Restrictions. You don't have to wear like masks outside.
No,
mow your lawn. You don't have to wear a mask.
So it's I feel terrible for anyone that's in the restaurant or bar industry. I mean, right now they're just getting hit over the head. So hopefully this vaccine comes out sooner than later and we can all get back to normal.
Yeah, that'd be a big thing to get back to normal. That's the the thing everybody's craving for, right?
I know. Get back to normal. I just want to go to like Country Fest. I want to be like back. Yeah. I want to be like front row in a Leonard Skinner T-shirt, just hammered drunk.
Yeah, I just want to go to like a Red Sox game and drink a beer.
I just want to. I want to have my boots on with my really tight jeans, and my wife making fun of me because you can see the outline of the boots, and me not caring and having a beer and screaming.
Why would you wear tight jeans? Like, what does that have to do with that?
It's trendy. It's fashion.
Trendy.
It's
fashion.
in. It's in. No, you know what's funny?
Country Fest to wear tight jeans.
No, so
like,
yeah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's a joke. Come on, like the girls are like, I can't wait for Country Fest because I can wear my short shorts and my boots. Like they never wear those, but it's Country Fest, so they're excited. Okay.
It was way too descriptive, though.
Yes, that's like you see. You know what's funny? My wife sent me this meme, and it was I think it was a Boston Terrier. You know how Boston Terriers are like built? They're like really like round bodies and skinny legs. Yeah. They're like round bodies and like tight, like really small legs. And she sent me this meme. It was like a Boston Terrier up on its paws, and it said every mid-aged man trying to wear skinny jeans, and it's like just hilarious.
So why did she send that to you if you don't have skinny jeans?
She sent it to me because she thinks I am a middle-aged man wearing skinny jeans, but I have legs. I have muscular legs still.
So you wear skinny jeans.
I wear tight jeans. I mean, these are a little tight. Julian Edelman sent me a thing of Joe jeans. They're a little bit snug, but that's style now. That's like a little like I don't want too snug. I don't need like really tight but it's just something comfortable. These actually are nice. Like you could do, you could do high kicks, you could do yoga, you could do whatever you want.
High kicks.
If you had to kick,
Ninko's at Country Fest with his tight jeans and doing high kicks.
You can high kick
that's
if
the
you
new
had
normal.
to. Or I missed like a mosh pit with Metallica. When Metallica came to town, I rode my bike from my house. I rode it to the stadium.
Motorcycle or bicycle?
Bicycle.
Okay.
So I rode the bike, locked it up, Napoleon style, Napoleon Dynamite, locked it up, went into the concert. Me and Scott Zolak were mosh pitting. I was knocking dudes down. I was just getting crazy. And I had a great time. It was fun.
Why a bicycle?
Because I didn't want to drive. I was drinking.
Okay.
Well, I was
Look
on
at
a bike.
Responsibility.
I was on a bike, so if anything happens to me, I'm pretty much in trouble if I'm on a bike. So
yeah.
I don't want to hurt anyone else.
Yeah, no, it makes
sense. So
sense.
if I injure myself, it's okay. Riding my bike, having a few cocktails.
Why don't you just have like an Uber get you?
Wherever I may roam. That song, when that thing came on, I was jacked up. I locked eyes with this guy. He was about 350. He was a big guy. He was in all black. He was just knocking dudes out, like knocking them over. He'd decleated this girl. I just squared him up. He looked at me. I looked at him. I quartered him right in the shoulder. They don't know how to hit. Yeah. I just decleated him. First thing I hit the ground were shoulder blades. Josh Norman? Just shoulder blades.
Was it like Josh Norman,
Oh, he did the twist and everything.
Like horizontal to the
I love it.
floor.
I can't wait. When I was growing up, they used to have Ozfest at the Tweeter Center. Now it's the World
Tweeter.
Tweeter's
big.
Yeah, huge. So it was in Chicago, and it was like right down the street from my house, and it was nuts. Those mosh pits are nuts, by the way. I don't know if you've ever been in one. I don't know if you've ever been in a mosh pit.
No.
You better have your head on a swivel. It's like punt team.
Yeah, but there's going to come a point in time where you're a little too old. You're going to go in there and you're going to get decleated.
Nah, I'm still good.
I'm
36. I'm still young.
If you went into a mosh pit and got decleated, would you just not go back in?
No. You get back up. You enjoy it.
Like you got Norman and like flipped around and everything, and then
you get humbled.
You wouldn't get on the bicycle and drive back home?
Everybody needs to be humbled from time to time. And when you get decleated,
you're humbled.
It's a very humble experience. Yeah. And then you say, "You got me." And then you try and get somebody else. It's the way of the world, man. It's the way of the world.
I think those are like your two things. Like, when you go back to normal, those are two things you want to do is Country Fest with tight jeans and
I want to go to either a Stain concert because I love Stain. I love me some Aaron Lewis. I want to go to like a country concert, a good country concert. I don't care who it is. Chris Stapleton, give me some Chris. Like hell yeah, I want to hear that. I want to go to like Metallica and Stained or Aaron Lewis.
So that's like the Ninko's 1, 2, 3 bullet points.
1, 2, 3. I love Stained. I love Stained.
Number 3, I love Stained.
I graduated high school in 2002. Okay, like Stained was like Stained and who was like the other great band everybody loved? Linkin Park.
Yeah, it was like Linkin Park, like Korn.
Oh, yeah. Man, those guys are good.
Yeah.
I love Linkin Park.
Nickelback's
good.
Fan.
I like Nickelback.
Yeah. Seemed like you'd be like
great.
Papa Roach.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort.
See?
Suffocation. Of course.
That's like the Total Request live era.
That was the best. That was probably, I mean, I think about like high school, college, like that. Disturbed. I mean, wow.
Yeah. System of a Down.
Wow. System of a Down. I wasn't a huge System of a Down guy. Yeah. Puddle of Mud. I wasn't a huge Puddle of Mud guy. I was more so your.
I was like trying to think through my head of
Stain,
like CD
Stain number one. Stain number one. Linkin Park 2. Korn. Disturbed. Like those were my guys.
Yeah.
That was huge.
Yeah, I remember having a conversation with one of my kids the other day, and they saw like I was unloading a trailer that
Creed.
we had. No,
can you take me higher?
That was terrible. But we were unloading a trailer because I had a trailer still full with some stuff when we moved, and I was getting rid of it to get it off the driveway for the winter. And those like CDs that pull out. They're like, what are those?
CDs.
Like,
nobody has CDs. I was
like,
at
that was technology.
So my
back
parents,
back
this summer,
day.
my parents moved. From my childhood home to a new house, and I helped them move.
There's probably so much crap, right, that came out.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff. Yeah. So I had like a dresser full of like my stuff, and I opened it up. I had like 3 CD Walkmans with like the 10-second anti-skip, so you could like hit it for like 10 seconds, and you're like, look, it doesn't skip. It doesn't skip. Nobody knows what that is now. Nobody knows what a CD like Walkman is.
Nobody knows what skip is.
I should go when the gym's all open back up. I should put a CD player on my pocket, put some headphones on. Just
start
get back in the
kicks.
day, little fanny pack, put the CDs in there. High kicking all around.
That's what you'd be, right?
So, okay, last week we did the go-karts. This week we're going to do, I swear, this is a podcast where we're doing interviews. We're going to do some interviews. We like to just go back. We have a big, we're not going to say it. Yeah. So we have a bigger interview coming up. We're going to start doing interviews. But the next thing that we're going to do, a next adventure, I want to feed tigers. I want to feed them. I want to like throw meat at the tigers. I want to slap a rhino on the butt. So I think we're going to go to Southwick Zoo. My buddy Roland runs Southwick. It is a very, very awesome place to go. I've been there before. It's the largest privately owned zoo, I think, in the country.
What if you took some bites from the tigers? We put you in a suit and took a bite from a tiger.
Roland doesn't think that's a good idea. Roland thinks because Roland will tell you stories. We're going to have Roland. Roland will be one of the best interviews that you ever hear because Roland used to supply exotic animals for Scarface.
So is he like the Tiger King?
No, he's not the Tiger King. Roland supplied and did business with the original. And the Scarface guy was in show. I can't remember. It wasn't Tiger King. He wasn't in Tiger King. He was in a different show. But the original Scarface, like what the actual movie is based on, that guy is still alive and he's free. He's an exotic animal guy. He's got exotics. And all I'm saying is if you needed to transport something and it's in the middle of a cage with a live tiger in it, you're probably not going to go inside that cage and go investigate.
Yeah, of course not.
So if you're going to ship something...
What, are you going to try that?
Nope, I'm not going in there, and I'm not bringing
a hand feed the tigers?
I'm not... yeah, he's real hungry, guys. Bring in your drug dog, and the dog's like going crazy, but doesn't want to step foot in a pen with a tiger.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
Roland's got some crazy stories. Roland was almost drowned to death by a kangaroo. Kangaroos are very strong. Kangaroos are like...
I see a lot of the videos of it where they
kangaroos
are
strong.
Up and
he was there was a issue at one point. He was working, and there was a leak there was a very small puddle in a pen, and he went in to fix the leak. A kangaroo came up behind him and grabbed him and put him into the puddle and was literally gonna finish him. And he was able to get out of it. But that is some crazy stuff. You work with like wild animals like that.
Yeah, it's got to be.
He was saying raising cubs, raising tigers as babies. One time a baby got him through here and went straight through, whop, real quick. Sliced him up, needed stitches.
I can let you know that.
So this is the thing.
A baby tiger. I'll handle
tigers in general.
Baby Winovich.
Yeah. Nope, see, he doesn't respond to Winnow.
He's asleep.
Winovich.
I can't believe you named him.
Brody.
You named him one letter off of your favorite person in the world?
Brady.
Why
Tommy.
didn't you say Brady?
Yeah, I would have gotten too much flack for that. You would have just killed me.
You wanted to, probably.
I like Brody because I'm a bro. Yo, bro. What up, bro?
Winovich would have made more sense, though.
I don't like Vitches, okay? I'm kidding.
Name Belichick.
You know what? I wonder if Winovich got the Winovich thing. Like I got Ninkovich.
Should get him
like
on
5th grade, like Rob Ninkovich. I'm like, yeah, that's funny,
I actually
guys.
didn't think about that till you said it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Ninkovich.
You know what? Yeah.
How many times Ninkovich or Ninko Stinko? Like, come on.
Yeah, the Ninkovich would have been funny.
Ninkovich. Hey, Ninkovich. Like, I wonder if Winovich got Winovich. Hey, what up, Winovich? I guarantee he got
Did
it.
you get called like on the football team at all?
No, not really.
Yeah.
At that point,
I didn't know.
at that point, you're a man. You know, like when I was 10, I was
if somebody
like,
called you Ninkovich as like a.
yeah, I'm like,
as
oh,
like a
okay,
junior
yeah,
or
great.
senior in high school.
No, not in high school. I was a man in high school.
Yeah,
I
no,
had
but
a
I'm
beard.
saying if they did, then
He was a
you'd freak
man.
out.
He had a beard.
I had a beard in high school.
You did?
Junior year.
Wow, nice. Yeah. I had 8th grade. I had a beard. No, when I was like 10, 5th grade, you know, I was 5th grade. I was 155 pounds. I was very short. I wore Bugle Boy Husky. A lot of sweatpants. There's a photo of me and my mom.
Boys.
Bugle Boy Huskies, because I was a very thick boy. I would wear like all red. I would wear a red Champion sweatshirt with like Chicago Bulls with red Champion sweatpants all the way down.
Sweatpants was the biggest thing.
Sweatpants all the way. Whole outfit sweatpants.
I didn't wear jeans, I don't think, until I was like 16.
I think I hated jeans. I think I told my mom I'm not wearing jeans. I'm wearing sweatpants.
Yeah.
So I wore sweatpants every day. I'll have to bring in a photo of Ninko as a young man. He was a young lad. He was a very husky boy.
So like big boned?
I was very big boned.
Yeah.
My sister was 4 years older than me, so she was always very mean and rude to me. Laura, it's okay. She would make me do the truffle shuffle, the chunk from Goonies. So she would say, "Come on," and
like in
and
front
she'd
of
say,
all our
"Do
friends
it."
and everything?
Yeah, oh yeah. Come on, do it. And then I'd have to like, and I'd have to do the truffle shuffle with the Jello.
Who's truffle shuffling now?
My sister. Hey, Lo, what up? Yeah. Truffle shuffle, because I know you're a little chubby now. I'm kidding. So am I. I'm a little chubby too. So yeah, like I used to do that. Hey, Ninko, let's see how many rolls you got. Like my sister would like make me like count my rolls.
Yeah.
Thanks, Laura.
I had a beard.
Thank you.
I might have been 15 when I had a beard.
Really? I had a fake ID because I used to buy beer at like 16.
Yeah.
And it was Philip Schlamon, I think his name was.
You had a fake ID?
Yeah.
I just went and bought beer.
Well, I mean, I had to just in case.
I had older brothers too. That
yeah. So that
one of my
helped
brothers
out.
is a moron, so I get him to go.
Let's not say that. Come on.
Yeah, I'll give you a story with one of my older brothers. He's like 8 years older than me. I call him the runt of the family because everybody in my family, males, are like 6 feet, 6'1". He's like 5 foot, like 7. And I'll never forget this. I think I was like 10 or 11, and he was about 7 years older than me. And at Thanksgiving, we played basketball against each other. He's like, "I'll play you for $20, whoever wins." I beat him like 11-2.
He didn't have the 20?
No, he gave me the 20, and then like 20 minutes later, my mom comes running out, and she's like, "Why did you steal $20 from your brother?" I'm like, "What do you mean I stole $20 from my brother?" He goes, "He came in here and told us that you took $20 out of his pocket and all that." I'm like, "That's bullshit," because I just beat him in basketball straight up. He denies that story to this day, but it definitely did happen. He was a little runt.
I mean,
still is.
Sibling love, right? We have those issues, but yeah, I was doing the truffle shuffle. I was a little chunky kid, but that little thing called puberty, I'm telling you,
yeah.
Thank you, because I went from like 5'8", 185 pounds of real round face. In 7th grade, I was like 5'6", 185, real rolly, and then by my freshman year, I was like 6'3", 190,
yeah.
And I was
Everything
a freshman,
changes.
and I like looked like a giraffe. I was super tall. I got super skinny, and then I bulked up, and then nobody wanted to call me Chunk anymore, huh?
I still remember everybody that said it.
Yeah, I still remember you. You're on my list. I'm going to be putting lipstick on, and it was like, thank God I said sorry to that guy. He's like, oh, crossing off the list. Adam Sandler, you know that movie?
Yeah.
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Hey, I'm sorry for I might have bullied you and not treated you the best.
Thank God I called that guy.
Thank God I called that guy.
No, I had a beer when I was 15, and then my wife now at the time, when I was like 16, I had a lot of hair on my chest, like a lot.
Oh wow,
like a ton. And she's like, and I'm like, it sucks because you're playing like basketball and everything, and like you're sweating and everything.
Oh
like,
yeah, hey, skins or shirts? You're like,
yeah. But she's like,
shirts.
she's like, just nair it off, and I'm like, what the fuck is nair? First of all,
nair will burn you.
But then she goes, well, just try it. So I'm like reading the bottle, and then all of a sudden I look down and she's just like, put it on, and I'm like, it says to try it on a small spot first.
Yeah.
And then it just started burning like crazy.
Yeah, it'll burn you up. It's chemicals.
And it was like all like rash and all that stuff. It was like that for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's not good.
That was a good day. That was a good.
Yeah.
Day. I think I had a basketball game like the next day.
That's fun.
Yeah,
that is
awful.
fun.
Like
I don't know what's worse, nair or ripping it off with a wax and then you're bleeding because like if you don't
like the 40-year-old virgin.
Yeah, I tried. Like my wife,
Kelly Clarkson.
My wife was like, "Let's do just one little strip here," and I'm like, "Okay."
You did?
Yeah, I did it, and every single follicle was bleeding like blood. And I'm like, "Is that because I guess you're supposed to go a certain way?" I think she went opposite. So like she like put it on this way and like
she
went
made sure
that
to
way.
Get it all out.
Yeah, so like you looked at the wax and it literally had like roots and like.
So you literally had the 40-year-old virgin.
I literally was bleeding. I had
she
blood.
Like finish up like the smiley face? Like,
no, she left. I'm
eyes.
like, "You're not touching me. Leave me alone." So I had a spot for a while. But
yeah, but did it grow back like thicker, like you can see the spot?
No, I don't remember. I'm not like a very like I don't have a ton of hair, but I got like the like the heart looks like a heart.
Yeah,
it's like Austin Powers.
It's not a heart though, on Austin Powers.
What? Oh yeah. Oh shit. I thought it was a heart. Oh man. This beer is good.
Yeah,
Bentwater.
The Bentwater.
That's good beer.
The Bentwater is getting to Ninko.
This is like a half a beer. Come on. I used to love the Adam Sandler skits, like his CD. Remember that, Adam?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, get a beautiful. Yeah, Toll Booth Willie. I'm coming
you're up
out,
here now.
I'm coming out of the booth. Yeah.
And then he gets hit by the car.
Yeah, like, man, these, wow, man, this beer is great, man. Wow, man, I'm so feeling, yeah, that's non-alcoholic.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, man, this weed, man. They're like, no, that was pencil shavings.
No, that was probably one of the funniest things ever. That CD that he had.
Man, I used to love that CD.
Yeah, I could recite it like word for word, like, especially Toll Booth Willie.
Shut up! Oh, that's so
I'm coming
good.
out of the booth.
Or no, that was Fatty McGee coming up the stairs.
Yeah,
and he's.
Adam Sandler's from Manchester.
Is he?
Yeah.
I met Adam Sandler. I did up in the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. I did like the pace car. I drove the pace car, and he was there, and he did like an official thing. The man probably has. I mean, what is it? Billy Madison production company, and he makes all these movies. How much money?
Like Happy Madison.
Happy Madison. Yeah, it's Happy Madison.
Billy Gilmore.
He makes.
Like
I mean, how much do you think Adam Sandler has?
It's all set.
Hundreds. 100 million.
Yeah. More than a backup.
I met him. He had a hole in his shoe. He literally, his big toe was out, and he had like they looked like New Balance from like '95, and he had a hole.
They had the Velcro straps on him.
I saw his foot. I'm like, he had like sweatpants on and like a big shirt, like too big, and it looked like it had stains on it.
So you were in your tight designer jeans.
No,
and you're like,
I
don't
think
fit
I had
in
like
here.
I don't know, but anyway, I was like, man, Adam Sandler just really doesn't care. Like he just is. He's a very like whatever. Like I don't care what you think about me. I'm gonna do what I want. I got holes. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like you got tight jeans on. You look like an idiot.
He's literally from Manchester, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I know he just did a new movie like for Halloween. It was like
Salem.
Yeah, in Salem.
Yeah.
He does stuff up here. I think they even film like grown-ups around here. I think it was in like Gloucester. I almost like Gloucester. Come on, where am I from?
Yeah, no, you've been here for a long time now.
No, I was thinking Manchester.
Yeah.
But I put like Gloucester
there's a
and
diner
Manchester
there called
together.
Red Arrow Diner that he goes to every time he's in town, supposedly. He's got like a booth and all that stuff.
Coming out of the booth. Yeah. No, I mean,
Willie.
Good dude. He was awesome. He was really cool. He talked to me. He's a big fan.
He's
He's a Jets fan, though. He loves the Jets.
Yeah, but he loves
From
the
his
Bruins.
Yeah, he likes
like
the
that.
Bruins.
But I actually forgot about that, honestly, for the last 10 years until you said that. I may
CD?
actually go. Yeah, I may go on.
I actually listened to it. Me and my friend Brandon Villarreal used to recite everything.
Yeah.
The shampoo bottle.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I can't even say it. But just some of those songs are just ridiculous.
That was like the entryway.
He threw me the button hook.
The Dave Chappelle show.
That fat kid get a puto. He threw a rock at me. He chipped my horn, man. I got these hooves. I can't catch anything.
No, I mean that was probably one of the funniest things growing up as a kid. Listening to that.
He was really laying it into me with that hickory stick, man.
Because that came out in what, like the late
90s?
Yeah,
I know. He's just a kid. I know.
He's the best. He's funny.
No, but that segued into like Chappelle show and stuff like that.
100%.
That was definitely great.
I love one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies is Little Nicky.
Yeah.
How do you do that? How do you do that, dude? It's the
Somebody
best.
hit me in the face with a shuffle.
Yeah. No, Little Nicky to me, it's like the dumbest movie, but I laugh. I laugh the whole time.
I wish he came out with more movies like Billy Madison. And
Yeah.
And all that.
The stuff nowadays, it's just.
Yeah, but like Will Ferrell and them.
I like
stuff.
Grown Ups. Grown Ups made me laugh. It was so stupid.
Nothing will compare to like Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore, though.
Yeah. Billy Madison is that's a classic. That's iconic stuff.
It looks like the putt's down to the left. No, you forgot your shoe.
It's Billy Madison.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Yeah. God, I hate that Bob Barker. All those movies are like so much a classic, iconic Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah.
The new stuff. The new stuff's great. The Grown Ups. I laugh at the Grown Ups. I think it's funny. I think the other Missy. Have you seen that one on Netflix?
Yeah.
That is produced by Happy Madison.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
And that movie made me laugh like out loud. I was laughing. It's so funny.
You remember the video he did like playing basketball against his bulldog?
Yes. But yeah, so cheers, Sustained, and Happy Gilmore.
I don't have any more left.
Oh, you don't have any more left?
No.
We're going to do our picks next, so we will be right back.
And
I already know.
Have, we're going to try Great Rhythm Brewing Company.
Okay, Great Rhythm. We got the rhythm. We'll be back with our picks, and hopefully I don't lose this week. And I know what Dan's going with for Patriots versus Houston.
I know what you're going with, too, though, on that one.
Okay.
We'll
be
also
back.
talk about Tom Brady, too, when we come back.
Mr. Brady.
Yeah. All right, so we're back. We're going to try the Great Rhythm Brewing Company.
Whoa.
Citrilia.
I love rhythm.
This is 8% alcohol
by
volume, which is
my
a
wife.
big one.
My wife is like, "Are you really drinking on Wednesdays?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's for the show."
Yeah.
It's not bad. I'm going to go work out after this.
There's nothing wrong with it if you're doing it for a show, though.
I'm going to go squat after this.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm getting skinny. I'm only 255 now. Can't set the edge anymore. Let's see. Smells.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good for like 8%.
8% is pretty damn strong. I think the Bentwater.
The Bentwater is pretty good. Did you just finish it?
I just did. Yeah, I like the Bentwater. It's really good. This is you can definitely taste this 8%. I would probably go with the Sluice Juice over this Bentwater, but guess what? This is great. This is great rhythm.
This Bentwater, though.
This Bentwater.
It's my mom's.
The Bentwater Sluice Juice is good. I like that one. 6.5. This great rhythm is a double. I think that's why it's a double. So it's a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
Strong like bull, but it is good. Where's this water from? Let's see.
It's local, I know that.
Local.
It better be. I went to the locals. It's New England double IPA.
Oh, Portsmouth. This is New Hampshire water.
New Hampshire.
Fresh.
I got it from New Hampshire.
Yeah,
That's right. You got to go to the grocery stores to get beer in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Liquor stores are owned by the state. They don't sell beer.
Oh yeah, you come on the interstate. It has the big discount New Hampshire duty.
You can't get beer there.
What do you get there? Just alcohol?
Just liquor.
Oh man, people are just
so liquor is owned by the state. Beer is owned by anybody else. So you can go to Walgreens or supermarkets and all that stuff. So
learn something new every day.
Yeah, it's always something. All right, so we're going to talk about one of your favorite topics ever, Tom Brady.
Brady. How about his bounce back, huh?
Yeah, but we said it was going to be a bounce back. He had two
bad
games.
Huge bounce back.
Yeah, Panthers
are good, though.
Yeah, but they were.
Panthers
it's like they gave up that game almost. They were close in that game.
Panthers are a good football team. Like, they're
They
better.
let off a 98-yard run.
I mean, yeah, that happens sometimes. Come
I
on.
know.
Like, it happens.
Can't do that against Brady. But Bruce Arians came out and said the other day or yesterday or something that Tom Brady won't learn the offense until the spring of the following season.
No, I disagree with that, Bruce.
So
Bruce looks like a very violent, beer drinking, scary dad. Like, he's on the sideline with his like double glasses on, with his clear shield and his paperboy hat and his beard that he's trying to grow, and he's got a little rosacea. And it's like, you think,
I don't think it's rosacea. I think that's from drinking too much alcohol.
Yeah. So I don't know. I would much rather Bill Belichick, just like a confrontation with Bill Belichick than Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians just looks like he put it all on you.
He's going to throw nonsense.
No, he's going
to
put like it all on you. Like Bill will be like, yeah, we didn't do enough to win. We weren't great in the post game. Bruce is going to say, yeah, Tom Brady sucked that one off, like not good. He threw that pick. That was all on Tom. He missed a wide open receiver. I was coaching this game great. Like,
yeah. Bruce Arians seems like he's crazy though. Like, like he'd accuse chestnuts of being lazy.
Yeah, like he might physically assault you.
Yeah,
and then you have to put your hands on an old man, and then then you look bad.
There's a 2-part question here. It's that. Do you think Brady's resenting going to play for Arians?
I don't think Brady's resenting going to play for Arians. I think
Brady he looks at Belichick going, look at Belichick, right, putting the praise out to Cam Newton. Cam Newton's not playing well, right? And he's trying to talk him up in the media, trying to say that he's
because they're different players though. Like Cam Newton needs to have positive reinforcement. Just like, for example,
but Belichick never came out and said that Brody
goes outside. He goes pee-pee. Guess what? I go, good job, Brody. Good pee-pee. Go pee-pee, Brody. Good job, Brody. That's exactly what I do. And then don't wake him up. Shh.
That's why he should have been That's why he should have been Winovich.
I can't say Winovich. Winovich, I love you, but let's get you in the Buick. Let's get you in some high horsepower. Let's get you in the Cuda. We got a Barracuda with a freaking NASCAR motor downstairs right now.
That's a perfect car.
He's in a Mitsubishi or
even
Mazda
like the Bel Air
Miata.
with the LS motor.
Yes, he's in a Miata.
Like air.
We got to get Winnow in a side-by-side in like a Polaris 1000 turbo, and let's get him screaming with his hair flying. Like
roll it a couple times.
Just getting crazy. But he's
have you ever rolled side-by-side?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I have.
But he's in a Miata. He's in a Miata. It could be a millennial thing. Could be a young. Like, there's nothing wrong with Miatas. But when you're 6'3", you need to be.
There's nothing wrong with Miatas, but they suck.
They suck. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I drove my Hellcat yesterday, the red eye wide body. I posted on my Instagram. That does not suck. That is very fast. It scared me again. I took baby Brody to the vet in it, and I scared him too. So we had a great time. He was in the back seat.
I tried him straight.
I tried to stick him. I tried to stick him to the back seat like this.
Yeah, like you're either gonna piss and poop outside, or I'm gonna take you back in the Hellcat.
Yes,
and you're not. You just go launch control and everything.
Go baby, go.
Yeah.
So.
But back to the question. Does he regret it?
No, he doesn't regret it. He doesn't regret it
because
he's making a 2-year $50 million. He wasn't going to make that here. He's making $25 million a year.
Can't be about money for him though.
No, it's not. He doesn't care about that. But he's got AB. He's got Evans. He's got Gronk. He's got Godfrey.
You brought up another question. AB. Did you see the report that came out on that?
Yeah, it's just a fire. It's just like destroy a firelight. It's okay.
Yeah, you just burn the building down.
We just destroyed a chair. It's not,
Do you think he makes it through the end of the season?
Yeah, I mean, he's got Tony Robbins in his corner. He's got Brady. They're telling him to woosab and find your inner peace.
You have to be the head of the Brady Club.
Find your inner peace. Yes, because I have a beautiful Tag Heuer from him, and I have a Canada Goose from him. Okay. So a funny story. I've said this before. I don't know. People are probably like, I've heard this, Rob, but we were in captain's meeting. Tom had a cool tag on, and I'm like, dude, that's a cool watch. I wish I didn't get that one, but it was cool at the time because it was a technology, like a Apple Watch kind of, but it was a tag. It was a digital smartwatch, and now it's probably obsolete. But I don't even wear it. I was like, dude, that's a really cool watch. And he was like, yeah, it's a tag. And I said, hey, you got a guy? Tom? And he looked at me like, Tom was like, you're an idiot. Like, looked at me like, do I got a guy? Do I got a guy? I'm Tom Brady.
I am the guy.
So I go to 2 weeks later. I go to the locker room. I go to sit down at my locker, and there's a little box wrapped in looks like brown paper. It wasn't even wrapped. It was just a brown paper. Like if you were at the grocery store and they have the that brown paper bag-ish look. So it was just brown paper with like
a ribbon?
Not a ribbon. It was just like if they put like the string on it. So it just looked like a generic
like
box.
a butcher shop.
Yeah, like a butcher shop.
Yeah,
so I went up. I'm like, dude, what is this? I thought something sent it to me. I opened it up. It was that exact tag. I'm like, dude, that's really big time, Tom. Like, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I was super ecstatic. So
you became the head of the fan club at that point.
Oh man, love Tom. I love Tom. I just love Tom. He's a great guy. He's a great person. A great teammate. The best.
Yeah.
So fast forward like a year. He's got a red Canada Goose jacket on. It's like a windbreaker. I'm like, dude, that's cool, man. Week later, I got a red Canada Goose, brand new, in the pack. Like, I'm like, this is ridiculous. So then I see him in the parking lot. He's got Aston Martin. I'm like, Tom.
I like your Aston Martin.
Your Aston Martin? Your Aston Martin. That thing is sick. What is that, the TB12 edition? I never got the TB12 edition Aston Martin, but I was hoping.
You were trying?
I was trying to get that.
Did you go back home and tell your wife, like, listen, the third time now.
If we get
I did this 2
Aston
other
Martin.
times.
I say Aston Martin. Aston.
Yeah, if I get an Aston Martin.
I always say
I would
Austin.
be so excited.
I would say Austin Martin because I feel like Austin Powers drove. Was that a Jaguar or Aston Martin?
Aston Martin.
Was that Aston Martin in the movie with it's like the English flag, or is it a Jaguar?
That's the James Bond car.
Is Aston Martin?
Yeah, Aston Martin.
Yeah, so I say Austin Martin because I think Austin Powers. Somebody figure that out for us. Is Austin Powers in a Jaguar or an Aston Martin?
I think it's an Aston Martin because that's what Bond was in. See, the one place I want to do a show from, and this would be my place to go to if we got back to the normal again.
Tom Brady's house.
No, fuck no. It'd be cool, but
it would be cool.
I mean, it wouldn't be like
Jeter's house.
It wouldn't be like Ted 2 where I pull the blankets off and see his little woohoo. It would be do a podcast.
Well, I've seen the woohoo. Come on, I've showered them.
Yeah, from the McLaren, like like go to England.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be
watch
cool.
them build a car.
We might be able to get that done. You're a dealer of power.
Yeah,
and you potentially could continue to grow. And you have a Senna.
Yeah,
and you own a Senna. I think that could be possible.
That'd be cool.
I also think a cool, great show would be from like Cork, Ireland.
Yeah,
and we just have pints on pints on pints.
I would be down for that.
That would be cool because it's a very
actually,
easy
when
flight.
we talk about Ireland, we go to. You ever did the Ancestry.com thing?
I have not. Not. I feel like they can. That's how they find serial killers. And you call me John Wayne Gacy. No, I'm kidding.
Get something to hide there.
I'm kidding. Joking.
So
it's
my
so
wife
joke,
and I did
like
it,
not
right?
funny.
And my wife shows me. She's like, "Look where I'm from," and it's like it's everywhere. It looks like somebody took a map, went way back, fired a shotgun at it, and my wife's is like she's from like everywhere.
All over, yeah. I'm from like they I guess in Croatia they like harvest rocks from the fields. Like that's where I'm
That's
from.
where you're from.
Yeah, my dad's like, yeah, your grandparents like remove rocks from fields for you like 100 years.
So
like,
my wife
cool.
was all excited because she had hers and it was like from all over the place. She's telling her kids, she's like, look, you're from like Africa, you're from Asia, you're from the Middle East.
Yours was just
all that.
Ireland.
Yeah. So it comes up and I'm like, oh, what's mine? So I pull it up and it literally is just like a
one spot
like that.
Yeah.
And she's like, how the hell could it be that? And I'm like, I didn't create myself or anything. That's where it's from. It's literally like just Ireland, like a little bit from like England.
So then you need to
from,
change.
Like,
you need to change the Dan O'Brien character needs to jump out of a golden pot.
He's done that before. Though.
I know, but he needs to do that every time.
He did we've had him do the river dance thing.
Yes, I like the river dance.
Yeah, but I would be down to go back to Cork.
I need to go to Ireland. I would love to go to Ireland. I hear it's beautiful.
Play some golf.
A friend of mine, Gordon, is from Ireland, from Court. I almost bought a bar in Court, Ireland. Is it Court or Cork? I almost bought a bar in Cork, but I didn't because I was nervous. Because I couldn't be there and I couldn't evaluate, I couldn't watch, couldn't do anything except for just give my money up. So I didn't do it. Thankfully,
they called me because I probably would have paid the money to go do that. Just to go like once a year to it and stuff like that.
So I did sell myself for a Scotland trip. So I'm going to Scotland.
For what?
So Matt Light, they do their shootout every year.
Oh, that's right for the
Matt Light shootout.
Yeah,
and that was one of the auction items was a Scotland trip, and we're gonna go to Scotland and do some hunting.
But when are you gonna do that though? With
I don't. We can't really do that right now, but it's like to be announced of when we figure it out and whenever this thing ends.
I would definitely go to Scotland.
I would go to Scotland.
We've been to like England. And,
I want to see William Wallace.
Yeah. See, the cool thing when you're a dealer, and like if you win things like President's Award, which every manufacturer has, it's like customer satisfaction, sales, and all that. They take you on these trips, and these trips are like just bananas. So we went to England.
That's cool.
We stayed in the Savoy in London.
Yep.
They literally gave us our own tour guide, our own driver. You go wherever you want to go. They paid for it, everything. I mean, you'd be out at bars at night and all that stuff. It was probably one of the best trips I've ever been on.
That's cool.
So they definitely do that. Like every manufacturer does it. And
the one place that they should never go is Tanzania, Africa. Don't ever climb Kilimanjaro. Don't do it. That was
you did that, right?
It's a bad experience. It was very bad. Altitude sickness, death, black mambas. Funny story on that one. We're driving to the base of Kilimanjaro, and you start out in the tropical rainforest, and you get up to the tundra of 19,000 feet. And the guy that's driving us is like, black mamba, number one place in the world for mambas. I'm like, oh, cool. Great. And he said, it's okay. We have the snake anti-venom. It's at the...
Ready to go for you.
No.
It's the base of the mountain.
No. I said, where's that at? He said, 3 hours away. I said, 3 hours away. Okay. So how long does it take to die from a mamba bite in the wild? 45 minutes. So you would be dead for about 2+ hours, and then you'd get the anti-venom. Yeah. So... it was a fun experience, but
what'd you do that for?
Waterboys, really cool. Check out Waterboys. Chris Long has a great foundation. We raised a lot of money for it. We all raise money. Half of the group that climbs Kilimanjaro are military vets. The other half are former or current pro athletes. I climb with like Kelsey's brother. It's so weird. Like Jason and Travis, like. I'm talking shit on Travis Kelce, and then I climb Kilimanjaro with his brother, they are polar opposites. Talk about opposite. It's like Travis Kelce's got like the steps in his head and this fade and like got his own TV show, and Jason Kelce is like a center with a big beard and like is funny as hell and just have there's this like you wouldn't be like, did you guys grow up in the same house? And he's like, yeah, well, I just don't get it. But I was talking smack on Travis, like the dude couldn't block me. He still can't block. He can block me right now. He's a great receiver. A lot of respect for Kelce.
After having a couple great rhythms, he can't block you?
No. Yeah. There's not a tight end in the league that could block me right now after 2 beers.
This could be another adventure.
I'll put my shit on. We could find it out. But
what about like Gronk?
Oh, no. Gronk can't block me either because I'm nuts. He doesn't want any head contact. I'd smack him first and stun him.
This could be a very good show.
I would stun him. You stun him with the headbutt. So this is the deal.
Wait, with helmets or without helmets?
No, you got to go with helmets. But
okay.
This is the deal. You want to set the edge. You stun. So it's like you stun somebody. They're like, oh, and then you set him. So then you stun them, set them, put them in their place, and then you can do whatever you want with them. But first is a stun, and usually tight ends, tackles are a little bit taller, a little bit bigger. So the stun spot is right here. Stun them in the chin with your crown. It might sound illegal, but it's not illegal. It's perfectly legal. And then once they're stunned, they realize, holy shit, like what happened to me?
Yeah, you just buy them.
And then you put them where they're supposed to be, and then you look for the ball, and then wherever the ball's at, you get off. That's it. It's so simple. It's very simple.
I think we got to do this.
Let's do it. Are we going to do the picks?
We can, but I got one more question.
We got to do the picks.
No, before that. So, who is going to be on the Buccaneers next year? Tom Brady or Bruce Arians?
Tom Brady.
See,
he signed a 2-year deal. Does Bruce make $25 million? No.
Yeah, but
you got to follow the money. That's everything in business.
Do you think
follow
Bruce
the
Arians
money.
is thinking? Do you think he maybe didn't want to sign Brady?
No, I think I think maybe he didn't want to sign Brady.
If they lose the first round of the playoffs, who goes?
I think they all stay together.
No, because honestly. Godwin's gone. Godwin's free agent, I think.
Yeah, but they got AB. They'll sign him back.
I don't know what's funnier, you saying that or Cope with Willie.
Hey, coming out of the booth.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll go to picks now.
Picks because
we've been
going. We got a lot of show here. We'll cut it down.
Yeah, we'll cut it down.
We'll have a good
different
time.
Segments.
We got to put Truffle Shuffle out there. We got to put Chunk on there.
Thursday night game is finally a good game. Cardinals, Seahawks.
I'm going Cardinals. Seahawks have no defense. Arizona's gonna run all over them.
It's actually a tough game because
Go Seahawks. I want you to go Seahawks. Go Seahawks.
you don't want me to because I keep beating you.
No, I beat you last week.
Last week. We
Whatever.
tied the week before that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Seahawks. I'll
Go
give you that.
Seahawks.
Yeah, okay.
That's a good pick.
Because I know you're going to take the Texans. All right, we get Eagles, Browns.
Browns. Eagles
Browns.
suck.
Browns. Falcons, Saints.
Saints with Taysom Hill. They're going to beat them. Their defense, the Saints' defense is number one stopping the run. They have a good secondary. The Saints' defense will help them in this no breeze issue.
I just don't trust.
Go Falcons.
James.
Trust the Falcons in the
It's
third
tough
and fourth.
because
Trust the Falcons in the second half. Go for it.
Who do you trust more,
Yeah.
Jameis Winston or
the
Falcons in the
Falcons.
fourth quarter?
Go with it.
I'm going to go Saints.
Okay, there you go.
Bengals football team.
Bengals.
Bengals. Lions, Panthers.
Panthers. No.
Panthers are better. I mean, the Lions have a better record than the Panthers.
I'm going with Lions. I'm going with Stafford. I think Stafford can get it done.
I'm going to go with the Panthers. Steelers, Jaguars.
Steelers.
Yeah, Steelers. Titans, Ravens.
Titans.
I'm going to go Ravens on that one. I think that they have a little bit of bounce back. Dolphins, Broncos.
Dolphins.
Dolphins. Jets, Chargers.
Chargers.
Packers, Colts. It's going to be a good game.
Packers.
I'm going to go Colts.
It's going to be a Packers-Steelers Super Bowl. Mark my words. Want to put the coot on it?
What are you going to put up?
I don't know. I'm scared.
I would probably take that if you put up something of value.
The Buick? No, I can't do it. My dad would freak out. My dad would go nuts.
Your dad text you right now. Don't
put the Buick up.
Cowboys, Vikings.
Vikings. Yeah.
Chiefs, Raiders.
Chiefs.
I'm going to go Raiders. They beat them already.
So that's why I'm going with the Chiefs. They're not going to lose twice to the Raiders.
Rams, Buccaneers. That's a good game. Whoa. What are you going to do here? What are you going to do?
Bucks.
Of course you're going to pick the
You know
Bucks.
I'm
I'm going to
Bucks.
take the Rams. And then we have the Patriots, Texans.
Patriots.
Wow.
Let's
back on the
go,
bandwagon.
baby.
Nick
Let's
goes back
go.
on the bandwagon.
Let's go. Winno. Brody, come here, Bubby. Come here, Booty. He's up. He's got an itch. He's got an itch. Come here.
I think he might go back down.
Come on, Thumper. He looks like Thumper right now.
Do I have to tell what my pick is? Obviously, it's the Patriots. I think the Patriots 10-6 or 11-5. One of the two.
Smoking. You smoking, bro.
Here,
You
let's
smoking.
go through it. Let's go through
this season
Okay.
from right now.
All right.
Let's
so
go
we have
through
next
it.
week. You've already picked the Patriots,
Yeah,
right? So they go
5-5. 500.
Yep. Then they play the Chargers.
Chargers look good, though.
They don't. They lose
Chargers have a good quarterback.
and
Okay, so
they
they'll be
lose
6
every second half lead.
So, I thought it was Arizona. I thought they go Texans, Arizona.
No, I thought so too, but it's Chargers. They don't play Arizona.
Then they go to Rams. So they go. No, I thought it was.
Oh wait, sorry.
Yes,
it was the break.
yes.
Yeah, you're right.
I know the
It
schedule.
is Cardinals.
So they go away at Texans, home at Cardinals. So I think they can win the Texans. I think the Cardinals beat them.
I think they beat the Cardinals.
Okay.
Then you have Patriots, Chargers.
They're
in
going to
LA.
win one of those. I think they beat the Chargers. They probably lose to the Rams.
Yeah, they play the Rams, but they both play them in
They
LA.
stay out there.
They stay out there, right?
Yeah, that's tough.
I think they beat both of them. Patriots, Dolphins. I am going to be at that game.
You think they're going to win?
I'm going to be at that game.
You're going down to Miami?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going. Me and Brody.
You're gonna come?
Let's go.
I'll get tickets and
My wife
everything.
might not let me.
Might bring the wife down.
That would be
getaway.
amazing. That would be amazing.
That's what I'm doing with my wife. We've canceled like 3 vacations because of Corona.
Yeah,
so
well, I missed
what do we do?
Disney. I missed everything.
Yeah,
so.
we missed beaches and
we got
sandals and
KV. KV's in a Bentley. He better give us tickets.
I get tickets. We have like a ton of the players. So
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, they all left.
You got to come. So who wins that game though? Patriots, Dolphins. In Miami.
I think the Dolphins win that game.
I think the Patriots win that game.
In Miami, it's going to be hot. They're going to be tired.
Bills, Patriots, Monday Night Football right after Christmas.
I think the Patriots win that one.
And then Jets, Patriots.
Jets
So,
lose. Jets lose.
So you're at 10 wins then.
No.
You picked them. You have them lose to the Cardinals.
10-6. I think they're a 9. I said they're a 9-7 team. I think they could be 9-7.
Wait, so you got Patriots win, Cardinals loss.
Yes.
They're
going to lose.
Beat the Chargers.
They're going to lose.
They lose to the Rams.
Yes.
Then you have them losing to Miami.
Yes.
You have them beating the Bills. So
yes. 9-7.
Yeah. I'm 11-5.
11-5. That's
win
like
out.
Jeez, they're never going to lose a game again?
In 2001.
Without being able to throw the ball?
In 2001.
They don't have the
defense.
defense.
They were 5-5.
In 2001, they had Vrabel, they had McGinnis, they had Brewski, they had Law, they had
Wouldn't you rather have their secondaries much
They have no pass rush.
Team.
How are you going to beat a team that can throw the ball with no pass rush?
I think Winovich and
He's not a pass rusher. Winovich,
yes, he is.
He's not in every – look, you know what a pass rusher is?
He plays with your number. You have to think he's that good.
Listen, when you are a pass rusher, you have to go up against the tackle, and if you can consistently beat the tackle, 1,000, 2,000, hit the quarterback, 1,000, 2,000, sack, 1,000, 2,000. That's how a consistent pass rush works. Not muddle, huddle, let's run a loop, stunt.
He's a second-year player.
I love Winnow. I love Winnow.
No, you don't.
I do love Winnow. I love Winnow. I think he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
But number one, they got to be more physical up front. They got to set the edge. You got to stop. You got to have to get sacks, to get pressure on the quarterback. You need 3rd and 10s, 3rd and 8s, 3rd and longs.
Yeah,
if it's 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 4s, it's easier pitch and catch. Boom, get the ball, throw it out. Boom,
but this is their thing,
so
though.
If you stop the run early on early downs, it's 3rd and 10. Then that sets up 3rd and 10s, 12s, 15s. Your secondary works. You get more time to get to the quarterback. Winnow's got 2.5 sacks. He's got 2.5 sacks. He's got 6 games left to go.
Can you agree, though, that they're one of the best teams positioned to beat a mobile quarterback?
Yes, because they have the speed to match the mobile quarterback.
So you have Texans, mobile quarterback.
Yeah, but they have...
Yeah, but he can throw in the
Yes.
pocket. Cardinals, mobile quarterback.
Mobile quarterback.
Chargers.
He's stolen that ball.
Yeah.
He ain't a mobile quarterback. He's stolen that football. Golf, I don't like golf.
Dolphins, mobile quarterback.
Mobile quarterback.
Bills, mobile
Thrower.
quarterback.
He's not a mobile. He's
yes,
a big
he
guy.
is.
He's huge.
He's mobile.
Yeah, but he can run. He's like Cam.
Because he's rolling out and stuff like that.
He's like
They're
Cam.
not going to let him.
I don't want anyone to think out there that I don't love Winovich, because I do. He's number 50.
I don't know.
He's got nice gold long hair. You're mad because I didn't name Brody Winnow, and I love Winovich. I love to see.
Let me read you Jerry Allen's stat line
all I
in the last game.
All I want to watch I want to see a Patriots defense just dominating the running game.
You're not going to see that, though.
It bothers me.
But
this is gone. This is not.
But Allen's last game was 11 of 18 for 154 and an interception against the Patriots.
Yeah. So hey, he might.
That's
suck.
what's good. But that's what they do to these guys. Same thing with Lamar Jackson. I picked him to beat Jackson because he wasn't going to rush for 90 yards,
I think
100 yards.
the problem I have is, like, if you are a defensive mind person, and I've played here for a long time and I know the mindset,
it's just different. Though.
Bill is very much so a old school, set the edge, stop the run.
It's not this team though.
But that's so hard to digest.
I know, but that's the league now. You have guys that are rolling out, that are throwing
so
off.
bad.
I mean,
I wish I was
Kyler
a rookie.
Murray
If I was a rookie right now, if I could go back in time, where's freaking Doc?
When you were playing the game, right? When you were playing, how many quarterbacks could roll to their left as a right-handed quarterback, throw off their back foot, and throw a 51-yard touchdown, Hail Mary at the end of the game?
When I was playing, Mike Vick, Aaron Rodgers.
But how many times would that have happened? Never. It never happened.
It's a different game.
That's what I mean, though. It's a different game.
If you took the
Bill's adjusting to the new game.
If you took the 2020 defensive roster of the Patriots and put it into 2010, they would be,
You'd be destroyed.
And the offensive linemen were bigger, stronger, more physical. Tight ends were blockers. Like my rookie year, I came into the league. We had I got drafted by the Saints, right? I go to the Saints. I look at their the defense. All their DNs were 6'4", 300 pounds. I mean, just massive dudes because the offensive line were downhill.
Yeah.
Fullbacks. Mike Carney was like a little bowling ball. Just massive dudes coming downhill, killing you. And they had tight ends that weren't 250. They were 285, 6'4", massive.
Like Jermaine Wiggins is a tight end.
Wiggy was a big dude. He's a very big dude.
You're just like you're an extension of the offensive line at that point. But now it's not though. You're run the ball. You're not really run the ball anymore, right? Your roll out, your play down the field, and all that. Belichick's changed, and now he's in that mindset of we have to contain these quarterbacks. So he's built a team to do that.
When I watched this game last week, the ends were not containing the quarterback. They didn't contain Lamar. I'll even say Winnow. Winnow tries to rush, runs up the field. The quarterback steps up in the B gap. As your left pass rusher, the left guy on the line of scrimmage, your biggest, number one, most important responsibility is to not get up past the quarterback, because where does the quarterback go? Up and to the right. And if you're a right-handed quarterback, that's where you can throw the ball with accuracy. Yeah. So you have to make sure you contain the quarterback without running too high. So that means you got to bull rush more. You got to bull, power, pull, inside counters. Like all that stuff comes into effect. You can't just be an up-the-field guy. You can't be an up-the-field rusher if you want to rush for the Patriots. It doesn't work.
I don't know. I think he's changing.
The Patriots?
Yeah. They're not the same team they've been.
It was just downpouring like a monsoon. I was outside.
It affected both teams, though, right?
Yeah, but the Patriots threw 15 times.
But the Patriots didn't have their best corner, though, in the game.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, touche.
You know what I mean? So, like, you don't have Jason McCourty on the number 2 receiver. You have him on the 3 receiver or the 4 receiver.
And who's their receivers, though? The Ravens. They don't have receivers.
They're okay. I mean, you got Hollywood Brown.
I mean, they have a speed down the field guy in a monsoon with wind, 30-mile-an-hour winds.
Willie
Snead. He caught a touchdown pass, caught a touchdown pass. They lose one of their big tight ends. They have Andrews, who's a big tight end. They're a dink and dunk, not a deep pass team. They don't have
Patriots though.
Yeah, but they throw the ball more than the Pats.
The Patriots, I think, have one of the top 5 running backs in the NFL, though.
They do. I agree with you on that.
I think he's going to be phenomenal.
He is going to be a very good with the offensive line.
That, I think last week you had 4 Alabama running backs running for over 100 yards.
These guys are freaks. Definitely freaks. The best of the best. I mean, Alabama gets the best of the best every single year because they're Alabama.
I'm trying to pull up the stats from the week because I want to see the receivers. Cause
no, they don't. They don't really have any receivers. They're not That's
Snead, Andrews.
Yeah, Andrews is a tight end. They don't have
Edwards went out, right?
Yeah,
Ingram. The one thing
they don't have anybody. They don't have the Patriots. I would even say the Patriots.
The running backs didn't catch any balls out of the backfield.
They didn't because the conditions make it tough for that. Those flat routes and all that stuff. It makes it tough to take that ball and throw it out to the flat.
Yeah, but they gave Andrews all those 5,
and
6
he dropped
yards.
some of those. He dropped a couple big time first downs. Like in that first drive, right through his hands, which he had gloves on. I'm like, dude, take your freaking gloves off, you idiot! It's freaking raining. Take this advice from Ninko, if your hands are wet. Those gloves that those receivers wear, we can do this on film right now. We could have Stidham come here, and we can throw Ninkovich passes, and I guarantee that I would catch every single ball. I would catch them one-handed. I can catch them with my left hand, and I can catch them over my shoulder. Anywhere you want to put a ball, I can catch them. I guarantee it. I'll put a Buick on it with those gloves on. You take those gloves and you put some water on them. You put some water on them. You can't catch anything.
So wait, you're going to catch them barehanded?
No, I need gloves.
Gloves,
you can catch everything. Gloves. Basically the gloves that people use today are like back in the 80s and the 70s when they would put stickum on them and the leather.
So you want Stidham here with gloves on, and you'll catch every ball thrown at you.
Every ball. If it's a good throw, I can catch every ball.
All right. I think that's a good
confident.
I
was a tight end. I got a full scholarship to Purdue University as a tight end. Yeah, nobody knows that.
Sean Payton, one of the best coaches in the NFL, said you were a long snapper.
Yeah, well, he sucks. Okay, he's only got 1 Super Bowl, and he's had Drew Brees for 30 years. So,
what are the Saints going to be without Drew Brees? I think we both picked them, right?
They're going to be the Denver Broncos without Manning.
Manning was terrible for the Broncos.
He won them a Super Bowl. They had a great defense.
He threw for 130 yards in that game.
I
watched that game in a San Francisco bar, and it was the worst Super Bowl I've ever seen.
All I'm saying
Cam Newton was
is
terrible in that game,
the Saints without Drew Brees will be the Aints again.
There won't
Because
be
Taysom
Ws.
Hill's not a runner, or he's a runner, he's not a thrower.
He's not the backup quarterback, though.
Yeah, and the backup quarterback eats W's. He'll be eating L's, okay? He'll be all on the L, okay?
So they're done then?
Yeah, of course. It's over. You only have this year. That's why Drew Brees is back.
That's the thing with see, I thought at the beginning of the season with Brady that they would have a tough time in that division, but I don't think they will now. Because you get McCaffrey out, you have Breeze out, you have the Falcons that are just imploding almost. So they'll win the division. I think the Buccaneers lose to every other team though that you see in there. Like, Cardinals, the Rams,
Buccaneers' biggest thing
Green
that
Bay.
if the Buccaneers protect Tom, they win every game. If he doesn't get hit and he doesn't have the pressure on him, Tom
I don't
Brady.
agree with that though.
If you look at all their losses, every win he was hit half the time. Every loss.
That's Brady's career though.
Just like any quarterback. If you hit Drew Brees, guess what? You lose. If you hit, as a defensive lineman, we would go into the game plan, and we said, if we hit Peyton Manning, if we get him off the spot, we will win. If you play against Tom Brady, if you play against Drew Brees, if you play against the only quarterbacks that you worry about are guys that when you get them off the spot and you get them out of the pocket, that's when you're in trouble because you can't cover that long. If you played Aaron Rodgers and he gets out of the pocket and you're chasing him around the field, he can throw the ball and the guys uncover. That's the problem. If this is what you want to do. This is coming straight from Bill Belichick's mind. If you play quarterbacks that are from the pocket throwers, they throw from the pocket. You try and break the pocket. You try and get them off the spot.
Right up the middle.
If you play mobile quarterbacks that can run around and scramble, you make them throw from a pocket. You don't run up the field. You don't go inside and have them get outside to where they can run for a first down or they can throw it as a guy uncovers. You make sure that everyone bull rushes. They keep the guy. So you have a two-way go. You bull rush your tackle. You peek left. You see where the quarterback's at. It might not be great for sacks, but guess what? When you play a guy like, for example, Josh Allen. You want to make sure he's feeling the pressure in the pocket. We're going to play Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is 5'10", maybe 5'10". He's 5'9".
Yeah.
You take your tackle, you bull rush the tackle, you try and put him in Kyler Murray's lap. But as you bull rush, you keep this hand free. So as you bull rush and he tries to go that way, you can get on an angle. Because the second that Kyler Murray gets out of the pocket, people don't realize this too. If you don't play football, if I'm chasing a Kyler Murray, if I try to chase him at this point, he's going to beat me to the angle. The second that he gets out of the pocket, I go flat to the line of scrimmage because by the time he gets to the line of scrimmage, I'm there. Or I hit him, or I get him out of the
that's where Adrian Phillips comes into play, though.
You got to have a fast spy.
But that's him, though.
But you can't lose a guy in coverage. So you need a spy that is good enough to where he can drop off as a rat.
Playing zone, though?
Playing zone, a rat. So you play a rat zone to where the guys, like Winovich last week, they were doing a two-man rush. Winovich would jam somebody on the line of scrimmage, drop out as a rat, so he looks for anybody underneath.
We got a couple interceptions.
I got a couple of those. Yeah. So you jam somebody at the line of scrimmage, you drop back 2 to 3 yards, you look for a crosser. If there's a shallow 5-yard crosser, you might give him a little jam, and then you look at the quarterback. If the quarterback's going that way, you come underneath because you don't want to chase back because he'll beat you.
You don't think the Patriots are designed for that, though? Like their defense has been built.
I don't think they were built for anything right now. I think the defense at this point right now, they relied on their secondary because they had Gilmore, they had the McCourty twins, they had JC, they have guys, they have Jones, they have Jones, they knew.
But the thing is though, they can cover those guys long.
And even last year, so when they had a good front and they had Vanoy and they had Jamie and they had High. I mean, Kyle, I love you so much. You know this, but Kyle isn't a pass rusher. Kyle's not a one-on-one beat the tackle one-on-one pass rusher. Kyle is a loop stunt, grab me, floater, great off the ball linebacker. He's not a guy you put on the left side of the ball. You don't put him on the left side and you don't say, I want you to beat this tackle every single down, run or pass. I want you to get it to the quarterback. He's not that. Yeah. He's a floater just like Hightower. You float him around. You move him A, B, C, Charlie's, Baker's, Abel's, Ringo, Lucky's, Rip, Liz. Like you move the front, you play off the front, you read what's going on, and that's what makes the Patriots defense successful. They have guys like Winovich who you can put him on the left side. You can back him off the ball like Vinoy or like Hightower, like Collins. You swap the coverage with the safety or the outside linebacker, and somebody blitzes over a back. It's matchups. So you don't want to match up Winovich on a tackle every play. You don't want to do that. You want to match them up. You want to put Wise. You want to put Adam Butler. You want to put them on somebody.
That's been the disappointing thing is Adam Butler. He hasn't really shown up at all.
Adam Butler got.
He was good last year.
Adam Butler got Trey Flowers $90 million. Adam Butler did a grab me about every other play. A grab me is you take your rip, you grab the guard, you take his arm, and you lock it in like this. And you don't let the guard come off. And the defensive end takes 2 steps up the field, puts a hand on the tackle, makes the tackle look at you, think that you have him. The tackle is going to come. The inside tackle is going to grab the guard with his arm like this, like a rip, hold his arm, hit the tackle, and then as you swoop around, if the center looks opposite, you're wide open for a sack. Trey Flowers is paid $90 million. I love Trey, too. Great player. He's got 2 sacks on the year.
Yeah.
You don't pay guys $90 million.
It's scheme.
It's scheme. So the Patriots have always had great scheme. I had 8 sacks a year.
That's why they let Jones go and Flowers go and all that.
Because they're not going to pay somebody crazy money. But Chandler's different. Chandler, you put him on the tackle. So you go back to evaluations. If you put Chandler Jones on the best starting tackle in the NFL, Chandler's going to beat him 7 times out of 10.
Yeah.
7 times out of 10. Chandler was different. Chandler,
what about Flowers?
He can't do it. He's not built for it.
Like 4 times out of 10, 5 times out of 10.
3. I mean, I'm not tooting my own horn, but like as a pass rusher, I would say I was one of the better pass rushers. Like I wasn't just I could beat guys consistently, double swipe, and it's a chess match. So you're setting guys up for I'm bull rushing you because pass rush is like it's a setup. So you don't show them your best at first. You don't show them what you got. You bull rush. You make them feel like first you surprise them with power. They got to sit. Then you bull rush and you pull. Then you go speed. Then you do a counter because it's all about set lines. So the tackle, for me, I always had 2 yards past the tackle. There was a certain line I would look at. If the tackle's below it, I'm getting on the edge. If he's above it, I'm coming underneath. If he's on it, I'm bull rushing him. So it's always about setting a guy up for that play that you need in the 3rd quarter, the 4th quarter, 3rd and 10. Let it loose, give it your best rush, and then hopefully you get there. So Chandler has the most sacks of any rusher in the NFL in the past 5 years. So if the Patriots would have paid Chandler, they would have had a consistent rusher for the last 5 years.
They couldn't afford, though.
They could have afforded him. They could have 100% afforded him. They decided to go for. They went for coverage instead of rush.
Yeah,
but that's your choice. So what you do if you pay coverage guys because they paid Dev. He was the highest paid safety at the time.
Devin has the most snaps or something like that.
Something
since he came in the league.
So you paid Dev he was like the highest paid safety for a year.
Yeah.
Then you paid Gilmore. He was the highest paid corner.
For a year, yeah.
You bring those guys in, and Bill understands that coverage helps rush. The front, you can finagle the front, especially in a 2020, 2019, 2018 offensive line league where those guys don't really know how to punch. They don't know how to protect. Offense isn't like what it used to be with you're not going to come up against a shutdown tackle. Like the Patriots, the last time they had a tackle that was literally a shutdown tackle was Trent Brown. Trent Brown
he wasn't coming into the season though.
Dude, Trent Brown, he was hurt and he didn't have his shoulder. He had a shoulder. When we played Trent Brown, he was with the 49ers, and that was my last season playing against Trent Brown. I was like, this dude's a freak.
Yeah,
he was quick.
That's why the Patriots
he was
signed him,
370 pounds and he could block.
Yeah.
So I was like, that dude's a freak.
So they bring him here. One of the highest graded out left tackles right now.
He's good. I like Isaiah, and he's a smaller guy, which is good because it's quick. It's a quicker to the junction spot. When I talked about the spot, he gets to the spot. You got to make a decision. I was excited
when they signed Trent that 1 year.
Dude, he was a freak, and then he just got a huge contract. He's still one of the best tackles in the league.
Yeah.
But when I think about the Patriots defense, they do a great job of scheme. They understand how to rush, and when you play another team, you watch the tape, you see their protections. any linebacker or any D end on a back should be a win.
Yeah.
Should be 100% win.
Who's the biggest loss to the Patriots defense?
High.
Yeah.
High.
I'll agree with that.
Because High
He called the plays.
High was like flush left. No. Check that.
Yeah.
Let's go Abel left. You guys, y'all got it. So like if it was me, High, and let's say it was me, Trey Flowers as a nose, Hightower, and Collins. Me and Jamie, like Jamie would be like, you do you. And I'd be like, all right, I got you. Then I know, then he's doing his own thing. Me, I would talk to Trey, be like, Trey, let's run a cold. So a cold would be like Trey's in the A gap across the opposite of the center, cross the center's face, grab. So you grab the center, you try and grab him. I take a couple steps up. I touch the tackle. I give him presence to where he looks at me. And the worst thing you could do is like touch the tackle but look like this. So like if you were running a game and you look like this to show where you're going, then the tackle's not going to respect you. He's just going to go down on whoever and like and shut it off. So you give a good presence to the tackle. You act like you're trying to go through him, and then when you feel somebody like Trey or High or Jamie coming up in there, then you react off of it because you know once you feel someone here, they're going that way. I'm coming around, and I have the inside rush. They have the outside rush, so the contain's taken care of. All that stuff goes into effect when you have a Hightower on the field. He can bark out the orders. Mayo was the smartest, quickest player I ever played with. I could never do what Drod Mayo could do. Drod could be like, 3-by-1, text left, rip right, everybody. I'm like, holy shit! Like I couldn't do it. I could never do what Mayo could do. He's a coach on the field, and that's why he's a coach. I think Mayo will be a head coach in 2 years. Drod Mayo will interview for a head coaching job this offseason. I guarantee it. So Mayo will be a head coach. He might, but they're going to make Mayo like Steve's the DC this year, but I don't know.
I don't know about that though.
Mayo will be the DC next year, and then he'll be a head coach the year after that. Like he'll just be like Flo. Flo was the DC after Matt left, and then he's the head coach in Miami. But for Mayo, he was the quickest. Then when Mayo got hurt and only played 6 games 2 years in a row, the first year Mayo went down, High came in. And I remember the day High came in, I'm like, all right, we got a young guy in here. He's going to be making the plays. Hopefully we can do it. He took over seamlessly. Mayo came back after tearing the pec. And then it was like, okay, High's back to his old position. Mayo's calling the shots. There we go. Great chemistry. Mayo tore his quad versus Buffalo. High came back in. We're like, we already know he can do it. Yeah. No problems.
But now now McCourty's calling the plays, basically.
Is it gotta be, right? Is it McCourty? I don't know who's got the dot. Who's got the dot in the huddle?
McCourty, I think.
So McCourty's calling the shots, but
that's
you never want a safety.
You want the linebacker.
You want the linebackers calling the shots.
Yeah.
You want a guy. You want the secondary to be their own unit. So the secondary, they talk amongst each other. They have their own signals. Hey, we're in and out. Let's lock this. Let's box it. They have their own set of signals.
The linebackers
understand it, but you want your linebackers. It's like the secondary has their own thing. The linebackers always know what they're doing based off of what they hear.
Yeah,
then they want to tell the front because the front, you're hands down. You're focused on a guy that's a half a yard away from you, and you got to watch the ball. You hear a quarterback barking orders. You're hearing the calls. You want to be told what to do by the linebackers, and you want to be given the right communication, the right stuff, so you can react. Because when you're that close to the line of scrimmage, you don't have time to think. It's just react off of what happens and then go.
Yeah.
Because in my experience, I was an on-the-ball guy. My career was as a D lineman. It's easier to go from the line to off the line because you have space, from off the line to on the line. You could take a guy off the ball, put him on the line of scrimmage, and he is screwed. They can't do it because you don't have time. If you're off the ball, it's all about tempo, reading the blocks, taking double teams off, reading where the back's at. It's all about timing. On the ball, you have no time.
No, I agree with that. So do you think that my prediction of them going 5-1 down the stretch, you think it would be easier with Hightower? Would you agree with me if it was Hightower?
that they would have an extra guy on. They would have a body on the defense, which they need extra bodies because then you have high on the field, and then you have another guy who is playing right now that would do like spot duty and come in on different times. It'd be a different third down maybe, or cover the back or do a blitz.
I think it'd be different than last year because you got Kyle Duggar now in there.
I like Duggar.
I mean,
he plays well. He
and
plays really
Adrian
well.
Phillips, though.
Yes. So I think that they, if they had high,
they're like one piece away.
One
I think,
little
on
piece.
defense, right?
One piece.
Yeah.
I would say a big time edge guy that was physical in the run.
I think it's a linebacker. I think it's the linebacker that can call the plays.
Yeah.
I don't think they're that far away.
I don't want anyone to think that Ninkovich is down, like so down on the Patriots that
I didn't pick them last week, though.
I didn't pick. Well, the Ravens I thought were a better team based on what I saw on film. I keep it real. I'm not going to fluff. I'm not going to give out free hand jobs. Like I'm just going to watch the tape. Whatever I feel is accurate, and I'm going to go with what I felt was accurate. When I watched the tape, I thought the Ravens could potentially run the ball on the Patriots. Didn't happen. Patriots win. Hats off to the Pats. Let's do it against the Texans. Let's get to 500, and I'll be the biggest fan rooting in my family.
So will you agree with my 5-1 assessment at the end here if they beat or 6-1 assessment?
I think they'll be 5-2.
If they beat the Texans, who do they lose to? You think the Cardinals?
Cardinals, and they'll lose to one of the LA teams.
I think they have a better shot at losing to like either one of the AFC East teams.
The Rams are not. The Rams defense is good. Rams defense is good.
Yeah, but it comes down to the coach, though.
The coach already blew Bill for the Super Bowl and lost.
Continue, though.
So maybe it won't happen this year. Maybe he learned his lesson.
You think they're going to stay out in L.A.?
Yeah, they will. They won't.
Won't come back.
Nope. They will not come back unless COVID
That's the best
changes.
they can do for
unless
them,
COVID makes it difficult and they can't do the testing and they can't keep track of everybody in LA. Like they will make sure. If in a regular world they might stay there, in a COVID world they might come back so they can keep better control of everybody.
Yeah. So back to the Brady thing. So you think that?
Are we really? Is this an hour? We are cruising right now.
I know. It's because you went off on the tangent of how to rush.
We can cut this down.
No. But on Brady though, you think you think both Brady and Arians will be back next year, or you think it's just going to be Brady?
They'll both be back.
I don't know.
They'll both be back.
How many times can you shit talk your own quarterback?
Brady's got a 2-year, $25 million contract.
If they lose the first round of the playoffs, you don't think
Bruce
Arians will be like it was Brady's fault? He
sucks. Maybe, but he ain't going nowhere.
But they're not going to be good the following year.
The GM of the Bucs isn't going to let that happen. So he is there.
Brady
is
there
for
Litch.
Light. Jason, is it Jason
Litch or Light or something like that? He was with the Patriots.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it's like.
Who's the quarterback of the Patriots next year?
Next year?
Right now, yeah.
Next year?
Yep.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
I think it's Cam Newton.
No.
I think
they're not going to pay him $20 million to be the quarterback.
I don't think they have to.
They have to.
I think they pay him $10 million. I think they give him like a.
Is he worth $10 million?
A $220 or $230.
He's worth $10 million. 2 years, $20 million. You're going to pay him $10 million to not.
We went over this last week.
To throw the ball 15 times.
Matt Schaub
is a backup.
Almost that.
Is a backup. Matt Schaub's not a starter. You don't pay a guy $10 million cash to just run the football.
You're going to pay like Garoppolo $20 million, $25 million?
I'd pay Garoppolo just beat you 33-3.
Yeah, but they just got housed.
Can Garoppolo throw the ball better than Cam Newton?
I don't know.
Yes, he can.
I don't know.
He had a high ankle. He's been hurt. Garoppolo, they wanted Garoppolo, but they couldn't keep him because of Brady.
He's going to be gone after this year. He won't be on the 49ers.
No, he's going to be here. Cam Newton, they're not going to re-sign Cam Newton. They're going to sign Jimmy G because Bill wanted Jimmy G as his next quarterback. Bill Belichick walked up. I think
he likes Cam Newton.
I think he likes Jimmy G more. Bill Belichick
that'll be the thing.
Bill Belichick walked up to Jimmy G and gave him a pat on the back after being beat by the most.
To a lot of players, though.
Not after being beat by the most.
He's walked up to Ed Reed
after losing by the most ever.
Yeah.
He lost 33-3, and he walked up to Jimmy and gave him a pat on the back. He's never lost to anybody at home by that deficit, and I don't think I've ever seen him. I've never seen him walk up to Pat Mahomes and give him a hug.
That was Alex Smith, I think that.
Or whoever. But I've never seen him do it.
Yeah, he
respects Jimmy G. He respects him. He didn't trade him to the Browns because he didn't want to put him in a bad spot. He traded him to the 49ers because he thought.
The problem is, though, if you bring Jimmy G in here and he doesn't have Kittle and Deebo Samuels and
They got $100 million.
Ayuk.
They got $100 million to spend next year. Go get some weapons.
You think he's going to go pay wide receivers?
He might have to.
Or what tight ends are out there? There's none.
You might have to draft somebody just like Gronk and
They tried
Hernandez.
this year.
They drafted 2 of the best tight ends to ever play. They did it at one point.
Yeah.
They could do it again.
You don't think Asiasi and Keene are going to be any good?
I don't know. They haven't shown me anything yet.
I just don't understand the Asiasi thing of being on
I
IR.
see nothing.
He was good in UCLA.
He's
though.
not on the field.
I thought he was going to be like
I hasn't been on the field.
Didn't you think he was going to be like an Aaron Hernandez type and all that? Like that move tight end?
I pray not.
You don't think you... Oh,
I hope
yeah,
not.
Yeah, from that end.
Jeez.
On the field, Ninko. Keep the mind out of the
sorry.
gutter. Whoa.
Oh, shit. I got a hole in my lip.
Yeah.
Aaron Hernandez was the best tight end
He was probably the best
in
tight
the
end
history
ever.
of tight ends ever.
Yeah. Like,
They have
for ability.
They have a cut up of Aaron Hernandez in the computer that they show to.
Like they're hoping to find that next
No,
Aaron
they show it
Hernandez.
to receivers on how to break people down,
Yeah.
how to stick your foot in the ground, how to run routes. Aaron Hernandez was the most talented receiving football player I've ever seen with my own eyes.
100%.
He would go up.
If he didn't kill that guy,
He would go up.
they would have won three more Super Bowls.
He would go up with his left hand and catch balls one-handed for fun. He would just do it for fun.
Yeah.
He would go up, catch the ball with his left hand,
Nobody
touchdown
could cover
pass.
him, though. Corners couldn't even cover him.
Nobody could cover him.
Yeah.
Nobody could cover him.
Yeah.
The dude was so good.
You're in agreement, though, that if Hernandez and Gronkowski were on the field together, they would have won three more Super Bowls.
Easily.
They would
Hands
have.
down.
It would have been every single year, basically,
Hands down.
from that point on.
Those two guys healthy, nobody could stop them.
Yeah.
The best. Gronk, most physical, big target.
Yeah.
Aaron
was the most
quickest, talented, speed, shiftiness, route running, elusive, everything. He had the total package. So it's just
They pray to find.
it's
the
very
next.
unfortunate, and I think that it was a terrible, terrible thing that happened with that whole situation.
Yeah.
So, waste of talent. But
Waste.
at the end of the day, sometimes you can't control what happens, and for the Patriots, they gave him an opportunity, and things didn't transpire the way it should have, and there's a family out there that's lost, has lost. Well, that's a no-win situation.
No.
Aaron's family lost Aaron.
Yeah, his daughter lost it.
Yeah, everybody lost. So
100%.
the guy was the most talented player. I read the book that his brother wrote. I mean, he had a lot of things that have gone on in his life before football, and we all know that he had stage 3 CTE, which is nuts to think about a young player like that. So I don't think you try and find a tight end like Aaron Hernandez, you're not going to find him.
No.
They don't make them like that.
All right, I think it's time to
That's
wrap
a wrap.
up here.
That's a wrap. Episode 9.
Yeah, we got little Wino passed out.
Winovich is getting he's getting
Little Wino.
blown off the football right now. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But watch us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Apple Podcast, everything.
Go get some bent water. Go get some bent water.
Great rhythm, bent water for
and some great
beers.
rhythm.
And we'll see you guys next week. Thank
See you guys. Thank you.